Roughly 800,000 people in the United States go missing each year. That's over 2,000 each day. 2,500 of the, or 250,000 of those are children, over 80% of which are due to custody conflicts, and 99% of all of those cases are resolved within the first 3 days. The other 540,000 are usually runaways or people kicked out by their families. But, as with all statistics, there are the outliers. Some, tragically, simply go missing, their cases unsolved. There are those who believe it's because humanity is unwilling to accept a truth outside of man's inhumanity to their fellow man. Those people would have you believe that monsters of myth are real, and they may be your friends or neighbors. They'll tell you that your eyes are closed, that it takes a real encounter with the supernatural to make you a believer, to help you see the true cogs behind the machine of our world. In Denver, Colorado, a chance encounter is being offered. Whose eyes will be opened?
I mean, ours,
Maybe.
Presumably.
Just all this hands out pre-generated sheets.
Here you go. Here's your actual characters. Surprise!
Stop with paranoia, motherfucker.
Oh my god!
Bring computer.
Just takes the books and throws across the room.
Pull out
Surprise,
fireplace,
motherfucker.
throw books in fireplace. It's a big bit.
Dang!
So everybody here...
Again.
Yep.
Todd, how?
So everybody here, with the exception of our friend, or our friendly officer Damien, has some connection to the housemate Jenny Thulman. For the professor, Thulman. She was born and raised in London, England, is going into law, and remains an avid soccer player, as all of you know. She makes it her personal goal to make everybody her friend. Seems to go out of her way and always has time for those around the house. For you, she's a teacher's assistant. She helps grade papers.
Okay.
She's been around the house for the past 4 years. Just completed her undergraduate studies. Likes helping people move in. Enjoys doing the grocery shopping for the house. And tends to spend time with those around the house. So, for everybody aside from Jason, we need some sort of strong connection you've got to Jenny. I've got a D8 roll, if you can't think of one yourself, or a couple of suggestions for a few of you. Some simple ways to go are: she helped you fulfill a goal, connect to your virtue in some way. She rescued you from a bad situation, how your vice went wrong, and how she was there to help.
Question. Do I have any merits?
You can pick some out while we're getting things rolling, but
I didn't know.
you'd have 7 points. I'd probably recommend like 2 in rationalize. They're not rationalizing. Resources. Yeah.
That's your money.
God, this cover's so 90s.
I just rolled a d8 and got a 5.
5. She's helped you with your academics before.
Cool.
So being a TA for a class has helped out in some ways, but refuses to give out actual answers,
That's okay.
as one is wont to do.
Jess doesn't want them.
Yep.
It's the D10s, right?
Details.
I'm just thinking I'm the housemate who's been here the longest,
Okay.
due to being here for now
Oh,
8+
you can
years.
see-
So I've been here for undergrad, grad,
Terminal undergrad. Postgrad.
Undergrad.
yeah, postgrad.
Right.
Sorry.
So like,
Always underfoot.
so meeting like I think I met Jenny when she has come to
First
the
moved
house,
down. Okay.
and that like we keep pleasantries enough, like get around and be like,
Okay.
sit down.
She's probably organized your birthday parties for the past couple of years, past 4 years since she's been here. Yeah.
What is it? An interesting thing because I like to think that it's very much a like.
I didn't ask for this.
Exactly right.
I
A
kind
very,
of don't
like-
want this, but I mean, it happens.
Classic
so...
Adam Jansen.
Yeah. I didn't ask.
If you're new to the house, maybe she's helped you move in. Maybe she was the one to vouch for you. Maybe she was around when your vice took you a little too far and she rescued you from a bad situation. It might not even be related to the house. It could be related to either college or just the local area. Maybe she bumped into you.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I do want him to be in school.
What you're thinking, Tabatha? How do you want your
She's
thinking?
involved in some of the same social justice
Yeah.
projects that I am.
Okay. Do you want to add a little bit of depth to that? Has she been arrested with you before? Was she there when you got released?
She's paid my bail.
All right, there we go.
Lupita's a woman, right? He identifies as a woman.
Yeah.
Okay. That just leaves Lupita and Jenny's relationship.
You're both from the block.
All right. Worst case scenario, roll a d8. You can just go with whatever gets rolled.
Yeah.
Because
I
only
think
one of these is actually academics.
Okay. I think I'm gonna say that she's Lupita is a part-time student who's also studying like history, mythology / the occult, like one of her dad's.
Can you take them up?
And with her her obsessive vice, she's probably had some nights where she just gets really into the studying, and maybe Jenny's the one who like helps her
Break out of that.
break
Get some
it
time
up.
to relax.
Yeah.
Distance
get
you
sleep.
from it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Has rescued you from your vice, effectively. All right.
How old is everybody?
21.
Fair question.
Same.
23.
Nick.
Yes. Math.
Sorry, after throwing postgrad in there. And let's roll 27.
Okay. Jenny's probably around like 24, 25, I'd say. Because she's just getting into her post-grad law degree. Okay. It's a Friday night. Jenny has invited everybody out to drinks at the Dive Right Inn. The Dive Right INN, a local bar with a
That's so
60s
cute.
aesthetic diner mixed with fishing. Jenny plans to have a few drinks and then
sounds
join her
horribly
professor
fishy.
grading papers there. Who actually takes her up on the offer?
I do.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Professor will be there later. Ironically, that works fairly well.
So what are my
Can we go?
asset skills?
Rather, can we go with maybe not necessarily
Asset
blown off, but
skills?
I'm
Do I
doing
just get to
something.
choose asset skills?
Yeah.
Or?
That's-
It's one where you're like, yeah, I would,
Assets,
but...
yes.
Yeah, like
For
I would
something
consider it. Yeah, and whether or not I would actually go is like
'Cause
I don't know. ask
it's
Steven.
easier right now. I'm just glad I can rationalize that I'm busy.
Hey,
So
Steven, answers a question.
What do you got?
working late.
So I'm supposed to have 2 asset skills? Because one of the merits professional training gets you a 3rd asset skill.
I would assume look under occupation, and those would be connected to that, but otherwise couldn't tell you. I haven't dived deep enough in.
No idea.
Yeah, it's in there. All right. So you remain at the house while Lupita, Tabby, I need like a shorter name for it. Jess, all head out. When you make your way to campus town, make your way into the bar, things are somewhat busy, especially for a Friday night. The bar itself actually has a speed boat in the middle of the building, which has been turned into 2 small separate seating areas. It's got 2 pool tables off to the side, along with foosball tables, TVs that are playing ESPN over them. Right now, there's a crowd of probably about 70 drunk people, or getting there, college students. There's also a group getting up from the boat as you arrive, with Jenny quickly, smile on her face, claiming those seats. As you all make your way around and sit down, she offers first pints on her. Place also has fairly good pub food, so if you're looking for that, if you haven't eaten yet, go for it. But fair warning, I did manage to convince my art history professor, I'm sure you're all familiar with Professor Voclain.
Dr. Voclain.
Dr.
Very
Voclain,
much.
yeah. We'll refer to
man,
you as
you have-
professor when you're
no.
not there.
You have fully adopted the whole. I'm a doctor.
We'll be here in about an hour or so, but until then, those of House Madison, drink and be merry.
Sounds good.
So she starts conversation by asking just some very simple questions about how everybody's classes are going. Honest answers?
Yeah, I'm starting my grad work in the fall.
Oh. What program were you going into again?
Mass communications.
Oh, that's right. What about you, Lupita?
Oh, getting into kind of the big semester project. It's,
Got a decent group? She gives you that knowing smile that there is never a decent
No.
group in college projects.
we're managing. I have a feeling I'm going to end up getting stuck with the brunt of the work just because I'm a part-time student.
It tends to be how it goes. What about you, Jess?
I'm good. Yeah,
Just keeping up?
they're fine.
What?
Lots of downtime at the job, so do homework.
Time passes. Drinks are enjoyed. Small talk is made. And about 5 or so minutes before Dr. Voclain is supposed to arrive, Jenny excuses herself to use the restroom, leaving her jacket and cell phone behind. Dr. Voclain, you arrive at what you would best describe as a, hideous level of Americana
Sure, yeah.
Horribly
in this
kitschy.
bar.
Yeah.
You would not be surprised to see, a big mouth talking bass on the wall of
Sure,
this place.
yes. Yeah. Really big mouth on the wall, yeah.
But when you walk in, you do recognize the jacket of one of your TAs, sitting at a table with a couple of other students, and you kind of eye and recognize a number of them as people who have either been in your class or are currently in a class of yours.
Right.
Outside of that, though, you can't actually spot Jenny, although you are slightly early.
Okay. Well, what time of the day is it again?
You're looking at probably 9, or at this point 8:59 maybe p.m.
Maybe 8. Okay.
Yeah. So doing late night grading session, effectively.
Is there a free chair at the table?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those, most of it's a booth, and then there's 2 seats at the head of the table that are easy to get access to.
Okay.
But yeah, imagine the bow of a yacht. That's literally a bow of a yacht. Now has a large table and
Sure.
plush seats around that, 3/4 of it.
It's called the dive right in.
INN.
Right. Okay. I will. I'll approach. I'll take off my pea coat, put it somewhere, and I'll sit down. Good evening, everyone.
Hello, Professor.
Good evening, Doc.
It's nice to see you all here outside of academic environment.
Yeah, it's good to go.
If you're gonna grade my paper, I can go ahead and go.
No, it's not necessary. We're after hours. No need to.
Okay.
And the grading will be done in one of their back rooms for campus policy. You can't grade them out in the open, those kind of things. Yeah.
No, I'm just here to socialize. Jennifer invited me.
Well, she did say the first round was on her, so.
Ah. C'est bon. Yeah. Good.
Are you eating yet, Professor?
No, I have not. No, I came straight here from work.
menu gets passed your way, it's covered in wing sauce, but also has options of wings, various meats and burgers,
I suggest the nachos.
and a good amount of fish.
Take that under advisement. I think I'll just have a water, please. Thank you.
Nods, heads over it. Water comes back pretty quickly.
Is it brown?
Is it clear? Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear water. It's not Detroit. It's not Flint.
This place
Ooh,
is
yeah.
tacky. It's not run down.
Exactly. It is very tacky. You're looking at the literal, like, black and white marble tiled floor.
Yeah.
Where it's really leaning
It's
into
gone
the-
past charm into...
Into
Yeah.
total bullshit.
like take what you imagine the stereotypical 1950s diner and crash a boat into the middle of it,
Right.
and you literally have this diner.
Woof.
Yeah,
How long has Jenny been gone now?
it's been like 6-7 minutes now.
Jenny's actually been gone for a while.
Some people...
She
I
was
mean,
here.
some they
Some people take a while in the bathroom.
Yes, I don't think there's any need to worry. She'll be back shortly.
Waitress comes back. Anything I can get all of you?
Nachos.
Right. Order nachos. Will that be what type of sauce are you looking at? Everything.
Everything's good, yeah.
Loaded nachos. Got it.
Fish and chips.
Carb load for the race.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about you, ma'am?
You know, fish and chips sounds pretty good.
I'd highly recommend it. It's one of our specialties.
Sure.
Leaves.
Nothing for me, thank you.
I'll excuse myself to the bathroom.
Okay. You push your way past some people, make your way to the bathroom. You can see to your right is your classic emergency exit. It's got that nice blinking red light and the sign on the door, alarm will sound if door is opened. Push your way into the women's restroom. And immediately you can see...
There was like a line, but you
Excuse me, I have to pee.
No line at this point in time. Not quite that late. The seal has not been opened.
The seventh seal.
Well, I guess I'm breaking the seal. I'm gonna race in the morning, man.
Has
Drinking
one
water.
beer.
Yeah. The moment you open the door, things immediately feel kind of off. Of the 4 toilets, 3 of the doors are open, one's closed. The first stall has been dented outwards, pushing close to where the sinks are, like somebody was thrown against it from the inside. Door is on a single hinge, the top hinge. Other ones seem fine. Bathroom seems surprisingly well kept aside from that.
Hello?
Don't get a reply.
God, this is weird. Jenny? I don't normally talk in the bathroom, but Jenny, are you in here?
Again, seems to go unanswered.
The 4 stall doors closed?
Yeah, 4th one down.
Okay. I guess I'll take a closer look at the dented door, because that's weird.
Okay. You walk over. Give me a... I'm going to do investigation and wits.
Okay. So is it D100? 100 roll?
So
Wait,
you'll take
hold on.
all the pips,
3, 4, yeah.
add those together, and that's the number of dice you'll roll.
That's the shared.
Cool.
Yep. We're going to set the success value currently to 8. Give that a try out for a bit. So any 8s or higher are considered successes. If you roll a 10, you get to roll that die again.
Explodes.
10,
Oh, explodes!
17, 18, 26.
You will count the number of 8s you got.
8s or above.
8s and above, those are your number of successes.
Good to go.
Yep.
Okay, so 1,
Quick learning this.
Yep.
And then
Okay,
if you
so
did
8s
roll a
and
10,
above,
that
you said?
does count. Yep.
I did count it. I rolled 110.
Okay, so that one counts as one success.
One. Yeah, so I got one success then because everything else is below an 8.
Okay,
I rolled 2 7s.
almost.
I think you get to roll the 10 again then.
I did,
Yep.
and I rolled a 7.
Honest heavens.
Yeah, right?
So you go in and kind of inspect it a little bit. You notice that there's some fresh blood.
Cake order for an Emma? A happy birthday, Emma? I don't remember.
Weird that it's a happy birthday.
I know. That's what
Emma.
gave me pause.
You notice that the toilet paper dispenser has blood on one of the corners. There's also behind the toilet, kind of raised up, one of those frosted glass block windows with one of the glass blocks shattered. It's small enough that you'd probably have problems even getting your hand through it, but you can definitely hear a bit of an alleyway out back. As you're poking around, what seems to be some drunk sorority sister pushes in the bathroom door and stumbles into one of the stalls.
And the blood's just in this
Just right on the corner of
Corner
the
of the
toilet
dispenser.
dispenser. Yeah.
So like someone
Toilet
hit
paper
their head.
dispensers. Yeah. As you're looking around, it looks like as if somebody was violently thrown against the door and maybe tossed around a bit more, but it's kind of hard to tell with the make and materials.
I'm going to exit stall, the ground. Slowly approach the 4th stall that's got the door closed. Just push at it to see if it opens.
Swings in a little bit, and then you notice it kind of slowly starts swinging back to closed.
Push it all the way open.
Just an empty stall.
Fuck.
This bathroom's like,
The door is now making that really irritating slow creak as it's slowing.
what is it like fall or what's the general?
October.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I will get out my phone and call Jenny. I'm sure I have her number.
Okay.
Jen!
Call.
Yeah, it's like
Phone starts ringing at the table.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess 3 of you hear Jenny's phone ringing, sitting on the table. You can see a picture of name's Jess.
I intentionally made her forgettable.
Yep. On the front.
She's brown hair and brown eyes and is average height and looks like she runs a lot.
I pick up the phone and answer it.
Jenny?
No, she left her phone at the table.
Shit. Come in the bathroom.
Okay, yeah, I'll be right there.
Okay.
Bye. She wants me to come into the bathroom.
Is there something wrong?
I don't know.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
I'd stay behind this.
Probably.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
All right. Two of you make your way back.
Okay.
Probably not.
When you're entering in, the sorority girl is going over washing her hands and kind of stumbles her way out.
Standing kind of nonchalantly in front of the dented door.
She gives you, the sorority girl gives you a weird eye on the way out, but doesn't seem to do anything.
Jenny's not in here, obviously. And there's blood in the stall.
What the fuck happened to that door?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
And the window above is broken.
Alright, let me through.
Do we need to call the cops?
Hello?
That might be a good idea.
I'll
Somebody call him. I'm gonna poke around and
This
see
is
what
Jules
I can
speaking.
piece together.
you go out and talk to the professor. Or the doctor.
So what
Professor.
do I roll for investigation?
Damien Jules.
Wits and investigation. So take the number of pips you've got in wits and in investigation, add those together. That's the number of D10 you will roll.
Oh, D10.
Yep.
Eights
Eights and above are successes. 10s are roll again, unless you got something special, which you might have a 9 again.
Yeah, or
an
8 again.
Except if you're real special.
I'm remembering this.
I will come out to the table and tell the doctor what's going on and call the police.
911, what is your emergency?
Hi, we're at the dive right in, and our friend went to the bathroom, and when I went to check on her, the door is dented and there's blood in there, and our friend isn't anywhere to be found.
All right, I'll send an officer over to investigate. Could I get your... They then ask for basic information.
Remind me again, do zeros count as a 10 or a 0?
It's a 10.
It's 10.
Okay, so I got... That's a 9. And then I got 2 10s. So that's 3 successes.
So 10s again.
Explode.
Oh!
And 10s again
Another
again.
success and another one.
So you're
Maria,
at
I can't help but feel that your dice, as like across the month, have
5.
been
5 total?
been pretty high.
That is an exceptional
That's a good grade.
success.
Okay.
So you go
And
into
I do
your...
have just a reminder, I do have a specialization in tracking.
So you go into your like Sherlock Holmesian mind palace, recreating what happened in here. You're getting this like faint whiff of perfume. No, not perfume. Cologne.
Okay.
Definitely more of like a masculine scent to it.
Okay.
When you're piecing things together, it looks like somebody violently threw themselves into the side wall, collapsed into the toilet paper dispenser,
Okay.
got back up, and kind of barreled through the locked door.
Alright.
From what you can tell, like, even the lock part is busted out a little bit, so it was locked on the inside when somebody busted out of it.
Okay.
That's weird.
What about the window?
Nothing really sits right with you. You kind of peek your head out the window, and you get, again, that like scent of cologne is a little bit stronger outside.
Does it look like the window was broken from the inside or the outside? Like, where's the broken glass mostly?
It's been swept up. You can tell it was broken, but it was broken a while ago.
Oh.
With that, though, you can definitely like catch the tail end of some footsteps in the alleyway, the crunching of gravel.
Okay.
Sounds like a single pair.
Okay. I'll be right back. I actually really have to go to the bathroom. Speaking of bathrooms.
Well, just, be careful. Obviously, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. It's a sword.
something comes out the toilet. No!
It's like that
It's a shit demon!
It's like
Oh, shit.
Dogma? Anyone?
Yeah.
It's an, there's a Dorkly sketch on that where it's the old man giving Link the sword and the cops are called on him.
I will get you some.
It's like, what?
Our
Why are you
kid has
giving this
failed.
kid a weapon?
Right. Yeah.
What are you? He can't do, but he can't go alone. No, but you don't understand this, sir. You got to come with us.
Old man arms youth.
Old man yells at Cliff.
Reminds me of, like, there's a couple other Dorkly sketches I really like. There's the Pokemon Rusty edition where it's just some really bad Pokemon trainer. Like the whole animation's done in like Pokemon Red and Blue, but it's like just a really bad. Yeah, I love Machinas a lot. With Red versus Blue being one of the most
One of
iconic.
the first.
Yeah.
First 10 seasons, great.
Right. This Pokemon trainer just causing a bunch of trouble throughout all of like Kanto.
Right, so, Tabby, now that you're in the bathroom, I assume this information will be passed on to you. Is there anything you'd like to do or act upon?
Perhaps take a piss.
I think it's an option. It's a free country.
Free RPG.
It's a mini game.
Free-
Some games.
I'm very disturbed by this information, and I'm trying to remember if she has an ex-boyfriend or something.
Sure, give me a... I'm going to say composure and empathy. You're trying to remember some information that you would have gotten just through talking with somebody.
It's a good.
That's fun.
So that is one success.
You think back, like she's mentioned some exes, but they were from England. Unless they came across the pond, they shouldn't be a problem. Like that's a hell of a way to go for revenge, but anything's possible.
Through God.
I don't think she mentioned that relationship.
Yeah, no, like, they were exes. Some didn't end great, but there were never any, like, threats of violence or abuse or anything like that.
Alright, how about if I can get, like, try to determine what kind of clone it is?
Type of what? Oh, cologne? Where do we want to put that under? Let's say like a socialize.
There's a leather green citrus scent.
Do like socialize and resolve. Or socialize and
It's the
wits.
base
will
lemongrass.
work, yeah.
Vanilla.
Socialize and wits.
Which is much better.
Cool. Trying to piece things together.
Again, one success.
Okay. You can't really place it. You'd assume it's like a Ralph Lauren or a Calvin Klein. Definitely more of a what would be considered a masculine scent. Yeah. But especially from what Lupita picked up on, it's only detectable like in the stall and then kind of a little bit from out the window. But standing in the main part of the restroom, you can't really pick up on it too much. It's very faint.
And
I
she
wanna
told
say
us
that
about the
Lupita-
footsteps right?
Not running, but yeah, you do hear footsteps. Lupita does hear footsteps out in the alleyway out back.
So,
I want to say that I'll try to go and get out to the alleyway.
and
Okay, how would you like to do so?
I don't
The
know what
quickest
way out.
access is the back exit, which does have the fire warning and emergency alarm will sound if doors open sign. Otherwise, there's the front door, but that means pushing through a crowd of people to get out to.
I go
thinking
probably,
about going.
after calling the cops, I'll probably go.
I'll go
What
with
if
you.
she's in the alleyway?
I had to get through mine.
And I'll go through the back exit.
Try to,
I'm glad I'm here.
I was going to go through the front because if the alarm sounds, it's going to tip somebody off that we're following.
I'm not concerned with that.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
head out
you're going to
towards
bust
the
out the
front
back
entrance,
door,
Yeah.
fire alarm. You're going front. You probably overhear the
I've been sitting
quick.
at the table this whole time, just like.
Well, I told him,
Yeah.
I gave you an update of what happened.
Well, if she's going out the back door, then I might as well because
Hey,
the alarm's going to be sounding anyway.
doctor, here's what's
Well, I mean,
going on.
then it's still technically a crime.
What?
Like, even following after somebody who's breaking the law would still count as breaking the law.
I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about the sound of the alarm tipping off anybody in the alleyway that we might
Okay.
be trying to catch.
Okay, so you overhear the mention of, oh shit, what if she's in the alleyway? Like, starts leaving.
Get up and put my peacoat on and I'll follow
Okay.
out to the alleyway.
With that, the fire alarm starts going off. There is a large like moan and from some of the crowd, and then people start freaking out and panicking, as 70 people are wont to do. You get a load of people heading out the back door as well as the front. So a good number of people do spot you as the first person out.
Could I do an athletics check to try to
Yeah.
get in front of the crowd here?
I'd like.
Like in
Well,
the athletics and what?
I'm just going out the door first, so I am in front of the crowd.
Yeah, you're in front, but I'm
I'm
assuming
following.
you're chasing
Strength or
after
dex?
someone.
Strength or
if you're
dex?
going
Yeah, do you want
quick.
strength or dex for my roll?
You could give me strength dex or strength or dex on that.
Okay. Do I get anything else with my specialty
do
of being a
strength.
runner?
Yeah, in this case, since you're running, add an extra die to it.
Okay.
What
And you want me
about
to use
free
strength,
run?
you said? So
Free running? Back alleyway right now? No, not really. It's
Oh,
mostly
you also took
straightaways.
that? Nice.
Once you start going more like vertical or having to traverse some
One,
tough
two,
terrain, yeah, just pop up.
three successes.
Nice.
Just to
What is
kind of get in
actually
front
out
of the
in
crowd.
the alleyway?
What's
once we
the
get out
what's
there?
the success?
Right heads
9, 10?
towards the
8, 10.
main
8,
road.
10.
Left goes to a three-way T-junction.
Okay.
So two
Yeah.
successes.
2 successes.
I just want to
Okay.
try to get out in front of the crowd so if Jenny's there or
Get a
something's
chance
there,
to see it.
I'll get a chance to see
Which
it
way are
before
you going?
people trample it.
Towards the footsteps.
Which is which direction?
You heard it from the bathroom alleyway. So, positioning-wise, the T intersection you're looking at It's there. Alleyway window would be like on the north side.
Mhm.
Emergency exit would be on the east side.
Okay.
So when you leave, you would head left and then be unsure if it was left or right.
Okay.
I actually took direction sense, so I'd like to go towards the north and the east.
Okay. So you're heading out the front door. So that's, we'll say for simplicity, the south.
Yeah.
Do you want to
might be
hook
fun.
around?
Look around to
have
the
more
east and north, check out those
East
two
side
sides.
north? Okay.
Indeed.
So,
Basically, like the emergency exit she might have run out of,
Mhm.
or the window.
yeah.
That's
So
my logic.
Tabitha and Jess both managed to catch up with each other, with the
Um,
3 and the 2.
I'm gonna go to the window and try to use my tracking skills from there.
Okay.
So it's the last place where we had a trail.
Sure. Let's see. Yeah, I'll give you survival and wits on that. You're in an urban setting.
Survival?
Mm-hmm. What do you
Tracking
be pushing for?
investigation?
Oh, take investigation too, yeah.
Okay. Because I don't have anything in survival. Survival is more of like like roughing it in the woods.
Yeah. Well, you already got the 5 successes. From here, we'll say with an extra moment to kind of listen
Mhm.
before the fire alarm starts going off.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's going away from you to your right.
Okay.
So it's going east
Okay.
from that T intersection. But you know that from inside the bathroom. 2 of you are just hitting that T intersection point.
Okay. Well, I will follow the direction of the footsteps.
Okay. How are you leaving the building?
I thought I was already out the back door.
Oh, so circle around and getting it from the other side? The other side of the window is where you're doing this check?
I said I was
Or what?
following Tabatha, like right on her heels.
Okay. So you follow behind, but since you didn't stick around, you don't have a good idea of what direction it's going. Like you heard footsteps, and then there's the immediate rush for it.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Okay. Then yeah, the 3 of you, well, actually give me athletics to see if you can keep up with everybody.
Okay. That's why I was going to make the tracking check once I was out in the alleyway to try to figure out where I should go next.
Okay. We'll start with athletics.
Okay.
We'll see if you get to lead or if you're following.
What are you having me do for athletics?
Athletics strength. Because this is power of your athletics.
Using this. Kind of.
3 successes.
Okay. So yeah,
That's
you are...
Wait, 4.
In attendance, so.
Yeah, you are out there first.
4 successes.
Yeah. So that gives you that direction of, okay, need to go right. So you bolt off to the right.
Okay.
Lupita bolts right while Tabitha and Jess, moments behind, see her heading that way. Which direction do you 2 want to go?
I follow.
Okay.
'Cause I
Go with the
figure
opposite
she knows
direction.
what
See
she's
what I
doing.
can find in the alley before everybody swamps it.
Okay. Doctor, where are you going?
What can I see at this point?
I assume you've just made it out front.
Mhm.
There's a swarm of people pushing their way out and from the alleyway towards the main street. Roughly 70 people were inside, all pouring out. From that, street's still fairly busy. A lot of the traffic has stopped or has kind of gone to one lane as people are trying to move around. You're noticing a police car pulling up. You're in the area.
I'm gonna wait for the car to come to a stop, and then I'm gonna engage the police officer.
Okay.
Try to direct his attention.
So you're able to kind of pull up.
Are there like outside like fire sirens, or is there?
Yeah, fire department's on the way, but it's all
Well,
the inside lights. Like you
Okay.
can see the bright light
From the
flash
windows?
from inside it. Yeah, and the siren is loud.
Yeah,
'cause
so-
fire alarm.
I probably do like the screech, halt, start running as soon as I see like a giant crowd like getting out, and start like running towards the building.
I will see you sprint past me, and
John Travolta it up for a moment.
I will come back into following him into the building.
Well, I guess right now I'm not like going into the building. I'm probably just heading towards.
So
towards
you
it.
very clearly is heading towards you,
Yeah.
and you're moving towards him, and there's a clear intent in eyes.
I was called in for some domestic abuse in one of the bathrooms, but is the fire alarms going off?
Who would have
I'm
been
afraid-
potential missing person?
Potential missing person?
Yes, sir. Good evening, officer. One of our associates, Jenny Thulman, apparently has disappeared. There was signs of foul play in the bathroom. Just come with me inside.
Is there a fire? Or
No. Someone used the rear door.
okay.
Triggered the alarm. It's a false.
Nobody panic. Please, orderly fashion. Go and investigate.
Looks at the intelligence blip.
Yeah, you know the basics of like, okay, triggering the fire alarm is a misdemeanor or potentially felony.
Jesus.
I got
Yeah,
professional
I mean-
training too.
It's yelling fire in a crowded room. It's bad news. Aside from that, you know, disappearances. The police don't actually start looking into it until 24 hours go by, or unless it is a child, and specifically there is threat against them.
Justice.
So, so you heard this called in. You weren't actually called. This went kind of a broadband like, all right, stay alert for a Jenny Thulman.
Yeah,
Here's the
put-
description.
Put out an amber.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah,
Amber
no,
Alert
it's,
yet.
but it's
Yeah.
like it's the light. It's like, hey,
Yep. It's
See if we can
things
locate
are
this
starting to
person
get
before the
moving.
24 hours hits.
Yep.
And we have to take it seriously.
Exactly. Because, again, the majority of the time, they've had so many boys who cried wolf that it's become law at this point.
Or people that just, like... That people just lose track of other people temporarily and then they find them later.
Yep. Most people are found within the first 3 days. So, where are you heading?
take me to where they were last seen.
Follow me.
Alright, two are heading in. Alright, so, Lupita and Tabby, head right, make your way down. Again, hit another four-way intersection. Quick kind of look around, and you notice...
It's just occurred to me that your name is like Black Cat and then my name is like Brown Dog. I have no idea what Ortiz means. It's a name I picked out from somebody that I delivered a pizza to last night.
I'm getting some real lucky number Slevin vibes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Good cat.
I like it.
Oh, yeah. Slevin, Culebra. What's Culebra mean? Alright, hit there, kind of look left and right and straight ahead. Look back left and you see a white van.
Okay.
Door just closing. Starts driving off. You can see some actual, like, graffiti on the walls, which stands out. It's very, like, small print, though, not spray can you'd expect.
On the walls of the van or the alley?
The alley.
Okay.
Like 5 feet from where the van is. So, like, right at the lip when it starts going back into the street again.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get up where I can see the license plate, if there is one.
Yeah, you bolt out. License plate's been removed. Unmarked.
Can I at least get like the make and model of the vehicle?
Yeah, white van. Can't really see the front, so you're not sure what company. But you've got a general description of it.
Okay.
Tabby?
would-
Sprint after as well?
Yeah, I would sprint after as well.
Okay, you
How
make the
fast
same
is-
distance.
How fast is the van actually? get-
Peeling out.
Yeah, I think I'd
Like-
have to catch it on foot.
Yeah, like maybe, but it would be a hell of a feat to pull it off.
Yeah, and then what do you do once you catch it? This is like
Yeah,
nothing to
it's-
grab onto.
Dog chasing a van. What are you doing?
Yeah. I don't have a weapon on me, so I can't like shoot out the tires.
That's real dangerous.
We're really
Yeah.
getting to the like things have escalated quickly. She was just here a minute ago.
My brain immediately went to the anime division for police. It was like, stop! And just starts
Yeah,
firing
firing all
wildly.
over the place. Anime Cranes Division.
So I turn left.
Okay, turn left. I kind of hustle to the end of the alleyway. It does another kind of T intersection. Can look right, see the street, see a white van peeling past. And straight ahead you see again roadway. Moment passes, nothing passes that.
Where's the emergency exit door from the bar? Like, I just want to orient
You
myself.
passed by it, so
So I'm like between the emergency exit door and the broken window. I just kind of want to look around for any traces of like blood or Jenny.
sure. Head back over there. Give me
Any chunks of Jenny?
Right?
Gross.
I mean, if a ring fell off.
give me a wits and
Or a finger fell
investigation.
off with a ring on it.
Makes it put a ring on it.
Wits,
The
you
one
said,
ring.
and intelligence.
Wits and investigation.
Sorry, yeah,
Yep.
wits and investigation. Okay. Oh, cool. Thanks.
You're doing kind of like a cursory look.
So that's one. There's just one.
So cute.
Just
Out
one success.
here, again, you can pick up on that scent of cologne.
Sure.
That's about it, though.
Okay.
You can kind of follow your nose a bit, and it heads from where you're standing, kind of like straight ahead, which passes by that alleyway which the emergency exit connects to, but it does not go down that direction.
It just kind of disappears.
It keeps going, so it went the way that Tabby and
Okay.
Lupita went.
All right. Then I'll just go up to where they are.
Okay. Find some odd-looking graffiti, almost looks like lettering or words, but it's in a language you're unfamiliar with. Written in red lipstick, which was Jenny's color.
I want to examine the
I will.
graffiti then, since the van is gone.
I'll take a picture of it.
Neat.
Not really neat, is it?
Yeah.
It's
I
a,
need to show the police.
you said it's in another language.
Yeah, foreign language.
And then I'll head back up to the front of the. Well, I'll ask you if you guys saw
It's
anything.
definitely like a foreign language and not like sigils or anything.
You wouldn't know. It's foreign enough that you're like, maybe it's Korean or Chinese. Unless you've got...
But it's symbol based rather than like using like the Roman alphabet or something.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
definitely not a Roman alphabetical language.
Okay.
You could give me a academics and intelligence to try to figure things out.
I
Try to
give
see
it
if
a
you can
shot.
determine what type of language you're looking at.
Academics and intelligence, you said?
Yep. Meanwhile, in the women's restroom,
I mean, yeah. At this point, I'm escorted by police officers. I feel comfortable going in.
yeah, that's fair.
I get one success, by the way.
Okay.
I'll probably do the nod.
Definitely not English.
Is everyone decent in here? Police officer coming in.
Yeah, you knock, you give the moment.
Obviously,
Open.
everyone, it's clear that everyone left earlier.
Which is good, but you never know. Someone might be on the toilet having a bad day.
I think this takes precedent, no?
Yeah, you open it. Again, 4 stalls, currently all empty. Well, the one in the back, that last stall, door's closed. The first stall clearly looks like there's like somebody was, or something has dented it out. Both the side of it as well as the door. Door has been knocked off hinges a little bit. That much is visible and obvious. Release the doggo.
Did you lock the door?
Sounded like it opened. So I think I'll go to the one that's closed, open it, make sure nobody's inside,
Empty. Slowly starts creaking closed.
and I'll go back. It looks like someone was trying to get out of this stall. They're trying to like break out. What would that?
Als een police officer, you tell me?
That's strange. This is a missing persons case. That almost sounds like not necessarily kidnapping, but someone was incoherent. This is a bar, right?
This is a bar, yeah.
Someone's so incoherent that they can't operate a lock to get themselves out.
It's a college bar. There's a chance that drugs were involved.
None of my students, we were here, mentioned that Jenny was under the influence to that degree.
It just seems a little strange trying to bust out These are made of steel, right?
Granted, but
Yeah.
Jenny
It's
is
like thin metal.
my teaching assistant. I have never seen that sort of behavior from her, ever.
So then, was somebody inside with her, and that person was the incoherent one who trying to break out in too big of a rush? Sounds like your friends were rushing out afterwards.
Yes,
right?
they mentioned something about the alley behind the barn.
Might as well go catch up with them then.
All right.
That's what I do. Right?
Yeah. Push your way out the fire escape, make your way into the back alley, and eventually stumble across this group of 3 ladies looking at a bit of graffiti on the wall in what looks to be red lipstick.
I'm Officer Haskell. Do you have any information?
Oh, great, a fascist pig.
Glance at Tabby. Hi, I'm the one who made the call. My name's Jess.
What a fun
We don't really have
dynamic already.
any information other than, did you look in the bathroom already?
Yes.
We've already
We got
done
out here in time to see a white van with no license plate speeding off.
Do you think that had Jenny in it?
Pull out the.
I mean, I
They
saw
were
it
just
was
closing the door when I saw them, so it's possible
The
they were
hot
pulling
fuzz
her in.
moment of this is your best weapon.
And then we
Right
found
into-
this graffiti in
Yeah.
red
It's
a shame,
lipstick, which
really.
is the color that the missing person tends to use.
Do you recognize this language, Professor? Doctor? Professor?
Dr. Professor.
Dr. Professor.
His first name
Dr.
is
Professor, attorney at law.
Dr.
His
Professor
last name is
Indeed.
Professor.
Can I try to recognize it? Is it
Yeah.
completely foreign to me, or what do I roll for that?
Intelligence and
You can do intelligence academics, or you can approach it as intelligence and. What do you have? History? What is your. Or it's under our academics, right?
Yeah, my specialty is art history. So,
Yeah.
but just intelligence and academics give me 6 die. So,
You can add art history to this.
sure.
Oh,
Okay. 7 die.
Nice.
Okay. 9. That's a 1. 7, 6, 5. That's a 10. So, 1,
Two.
2 successes.
2 successes.
You need to use those D6 from last night?
It's not a common.
You wouldn't ever
In
get
fact,
a success.
it's definitely a dead language. Looking at the writing, it seems to be some sort of like maybe a Proto-European language of some sort.
Old English.
You remember seeing it in like some old paintings that had been brought in a while back, with the subject matter being the city of Atlantis.
Well, it's an old language, probably Proto-European, something certainly unusual to see on a wall in Lipstick and downtown Denver. I'm not sure this has any connection. I don't think we should jump to conclusions.
Well,
it's
it's
Jenny's
sort of-
color.
Yeah.
What is her lipstick?
Does she have any expertise in this kind of stuff?
I understand it certainly may be her color, but it's a popular color with the young women. No, she had her background was in law. That's what she was pursuing. She had a decent knowledge of art history. We've had conversations before. She's been in my class, but not enough to write in this clearly dead foreign language.
Well, I think if we can actually get a translation for it, we might have a better idea if it's connected.
I can take care of this. I have colleagues.
Okay. Well, I'm sure the police have connections as well.
This is Officer Haskell, reporting for a missing person, possible kidnapping.
Gonna need an APC.
Bring in SWAT.
Suspect
In a tank.
may have been fleeing in a unmarked white van. Please keep an eye out.
Understood.
You might want to add in that the license plate was removed.
Yeah, I did.
Unmarked.
You have to remember also, not only do you have it on your shirt, but at any given wall is also.
Remember, yeah, it's just a.
Radio.
Hello?
I don't imagine there's like. Did they leave any like skid marks or tire tread marks behind?
Want to give me a bit of investigation?
Sure. That can help
As
us
well?
figure
No.
out what kind of car.
Just tell me the information. I want to give you
Nothing.
That's
Okay.
wits and investigation.
So if you want to do this quickly, it'll be wits and investigation. If you want to be thorough, which I'm basically going to say as long as you don't call in backup, this isn't a crime scene yet.
But is it kind of a crime scene?
Could be. I mean, crime clearly took place here.
I don't know about that.
Because I've made a crime scene specialty for
So
investigation.
if I want to be thorough, what is it?
Intelligence
Sure.
and investigation.
It's the same either way. Right? Nothing. Wait, I got a 9.
You
Yeah.
got one.
Oh, that's
1
fine.
success.
Okay.
I keep reading those as 6s.
You do a bit of poking around. Yeah, tire mark. You can at least get that recorded, pass that off to police.
Okay.
Poking around a little bit, you do find the container of lipstick
Oh, wow.
left right on the floor, like underneath where the markings were made.
Okay.
And it's on the left side of it, not the right side.
Of course, there's no way to determine whether that's hers or not. There's no markings.
Not without forensics, yeah.
Yeah.
What, the lipstick?
Let's officer, you takes us into evidence.
Yes, I was going to
That's
get
it
some
for
swabs
fingerprints?
of this
Don't want to
lipstick, some of the
contaminate it.
blood in that
Yes.
bathroom, but pressing matters, your friends are safe.
Do you need anything from us? I would suggest that we all.
Please make a statement.
Please stay around and make some statements.
I see.
For the record, Jenny doesn't have a boyfriend.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
That
Yeah.
we know of, right? I live in the same apartment.
Any
house
relatives?
with her. She's from England.
Because kidnappings typically happen from known associates.
So if I wanted to try to sneak away,
Honestly, officer, the people who are closest to her are right here.
You're looking at like
We do have one roommate who
stealth and dexterity.
didn't come out for dinner tonight.
Just to be clear, I don't want to.
so why
I
don't
should see a
talk?
kidnapping. because-
Well, it seemed like maybe, as you said, it doesn't seem like in
One
her
success.
Okay.
profile to be so inebriated and trying to break
Probably
out
not
of the
too
bathroom.
bad, but
so
I mean, you
Of
were
course.
noticed.
it sounded like maybe somebody was there else, and maybe kidnapped, taking her out of the van. It's one possible.
Plausible, yes, but I don't want to discount the possibility of her living on her own.
It seemed pretty forceful in that bathroom.
I guess I want to call Chris. Chris, I will call you and ask if she went home for some reason. If she's at the apartment.
I'm gonna go back in the bar and grab her coat and her
Done and done.
and her purse.
Yeah, purse would be there. Well, no, she took purse into the bathroom.
So
Lipstick was in there.
I'll get some cotton swabs of the lipstick. And
Yeah, so you collect some crime scene evidence. Give me your investigation and intelligence, and throw your crime scene.
Dang it,
evidence into it.
intelligence, not wits.
You're doing this by the book. You're doing this with all your might, your power.
If he's doing it with might, he should roll the strength.
Just peel it off the walls.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Chris a call to see if Jenny's gone home.
Connects.
Good idea.
You're, I don't know, at home
Yeah.
doing what? What are you
Just
doing at home?
just jerk. Just jerk.
Just
Staring
Trying
into
to
the,
eat, guys.
staring deeply into a full body length mirror.
greased up. like a wrestler at the first Olympics.
I thought
some out of American Psycho and just flexing.
I thought I was supposed to be the hard-boiled guy.
Happy birthday.
Alright, what do you get, Lance?
Do not want.
Okay,
One
well,
success.
You do a good job.
thank you, Jason.
Should I do it for the stall as well?
No, I'm gonna run that as like all you collect. So yeah, you're able to like swab, bag, and get all that stuff prepped. You'll be able to drop that off at forensics. It'll probably take a couple of days to get anything back on it.
I like to think they're not even evidence bags; they're just plastic bags that you brought with you. Yeah.
Ziploc.
Ziploc bags. Yeah.
I go
Never
through.
know when you need to go.
This is part of his utility
Really gunning
belt.
for that promotion.
It's a fanny pack.
Officer, are you an officer?
I'm off duty right now.
Enough.
See, like the back collar. There's the like rented from.
It's like Mulder every time he gets taken off the X-Files.
Right.
Okay, so I give you a call.
Sure. All right. So,
So what are you actually doing?
okay. So,
Do we have to go through this again?
Maybe.
So, but in like Chris's spare time, either he like is involved in his hobby of just more like historical reading. Just like he's really big into like continuing like his broadening his knowledge. Yeah, fucking nerd. But I can imagine he's like reading right now, and like his physical appearance is like he's got like longer, like medium black hair that's like kind of like slicked back like about here, like just above his shoulders, like wearing like a Led Zeppelin 2 t-shirt.
Nice.
He was
Super
in your
90s.
younger college days. Is that what I'm hearing right now?
No, I didn't have a Led Zeppelin shirt.
I wish I had a Led Zeppelin 2
So-
t-shirt.
See you with finger in book, pick up your cell phone and
Yeah.
see Lupita's name on it, and if you have any picture associated.
Sure, right. Hello?
Hey, Chris. Kind of a weird question. Jenny didn't come back to the apartment, did she?
Let me check.
There's a quick run over to her room,
Yeah,
knock,
like,
door's
like-
locked.
Is there like so
Hall.
in this? So can you describe this house a little more as far as the interior details? Is it like is there like a common room?
Common
area.
Your front floor, you've got kind of like a front-facing
Like a lobby.
den
Oh,
with a grand staircase that goes up to like two sets of rooms on each side.
Uh-huh.
Near the back, it curls up and around to kind of a lofted second floor common area and kitchen with then two more rooms off of it. You've got basement access on the inside. It's a split basement. There's utilities which you access from the outside.
Right.
From the inside, everything's a little bit cleaner, not covered in spider webs. And there's a couple of rooms down there
gotcha. Okay, cool, sweet.
for rent.
Dog sneeze.
Yeah, given my given the amount of money I have, I imagine it's one of the
You might have one of the nicer upper second floor rooms.
Well, this one's like it would normally be just a meh room. I'd like to think, hopefully, through 8 years of living here, I've persuaded
Worked
the
your way up.
landlord. Yeah, persuaded the landlord to be like, hey.
Yeah.
But okay, so like just kind of like
First floor's
mosey on
got a
over.
kitchen, a couple other rooms. Yeah.
gotcha. Mosey on over to wherever.
Jen's room. Yeah. Quick knock, no reply. Any calls go unanswered. She usually leaves the door open when she's here.
Yeah,
It'll be like cracked or ajar.
is that the case or no?
Nope. Closed and locked, usually meaning she's out.
Right.
It doesn't look like. I don't know how she would have gotten to the bar if she's got a vehicle.
Jerk.
No,
Solid
sure.
enough.
Nice. Just saying towards the door. All right. Does she have a car? Or is she a public transportation type person?
Public transit. Denver's not
So-
too bad for that.
Wouldn't be looking for a vehicle.
No. I'm sorry to say, it doesn't look like it's on. Do you want me to like put a post on her door or something?
We're just a little confused. We seem to have lost track of her at the bar. Has anybody like stopped by the apartment? Has there been any weird activity outside?
Moves over to like
Through the window.
yeah. I don't know, some riots in the street.
No, normal day. Sun's gone down.
No like weird vehicles parked across the street or anything?
Nope.
No, not that
No
I,
weird florist fan or anything.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can spot. You guys, son of a bitch. You guys, all right?
We're fine. We've contacted the police and they're looking into it. Just wanted to make sure that we covered all of our bases to see if anybody knew where she is.
Gotcha. Now keep an eye out. You'll be the first to know
Okay.
if I see anything.
If you see an unmarked white van hanging around,
Like it too.
What?
As you do.
What is going on? You said you lost
Might be the
control
FBI.
of Jenny, but I can imagine the situation seems more dire than that. You all right?
it's possible she was kidnapped.
Oh.
We saw an unmarked white van peeling out of the alleyway by the bar. We're thinking that she might have been taken in it. So, if you spot one hanging around the apartment for whatever reason, call the cops and let them know.
Yeah, no, definitely will do that.
I have no idea if this was premeditated or random. It's looking like it's probably random.
They were just taking
But
her
just in
home
case.
aggressively.
Too drunk to drive.
Just in case.
No
Yeah.
drunk driving.
Gotcha.
I
I will.
5 stars on my Uber review.
I will make sure to.
Or it's free.
I will make sure to call not only the police, but make sure to check in with you.
Okay. We'll probably be here for a bit longer than expected because we have to give statements to the cops.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Okay, now that I'm
See
a
ya.
little bit away,
Mhm.
I call Jess.
Have a.
Okay, you get a phone call.
Have a good one.
Hello?
Hey, there's no reason for the fascist pigs to know I was ever there.
You're getting stabbed.
Are you talking about the police officer? Yes.
The super competent beat
is,
cop.
Is there like a warrant officer or a warrant arrest out for you, or
No, nothing like that. They just
Great.
don't like me.
Okay. Well, it sounds like it's mutual. Okay.
I don't like you either.
So you just don't want me to mention your name in the statement? Like, what are you asking me to do?
Just don't mention my name.
Okay. Are you
Just
gonna
lie to
like,
the police.
walk home then, or
Yeah, I'll find my way home. Don't worry.
Well, you know that's super safe with the unmarked white van.
Well, it went out of the way.
Do you want to call an Uber or something? I'll pay for it. I just,
I'll take a bus.
Great. Okay.
I
Great.
feel like
Just text me when you get to the apartment.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I'm nearby, but I'm just like casually ignoring the conversation.
No, I went inside to get Jess's stuff, so you can't hear it.
Jenny's.
Jenny, yeah.
Damn it! Yeah, I'm Jesse.
Do we all?
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I went inside to get Jenny's stuff. So
Do we all keep a? I don't know. It's like, at least for Jenny, is there any like well-known where you keep spare keys to each other's rooms somewhere, or?
I mean,
don't
you've
know,
been
like-
around long enough. You might have her spare key.
Okay, I was just saying, like, because my interest has been piqued. Something about this is that, like, also considering everybody else at the house being someone who's interested in investigating, or at the very least, just like likes to know about things. I have like.
You're gonna get into some trouble.
Yeah, I have slight personal dossiers with everybody who lives in this house.
Going Batman on us? That's how to defeat everybody in 5 minutes.
So it'll just be like, that's
Show Tabitha
interesting.
pictures of kittens.
Right.
In danger.
So, but Jenny in particular is just being like, that's concerning. Maybe down there there's something in her room that'll, or maybe I'll just learn something. Who knows? So
So you unlock the door.
diary.
Yes.
that's
Stumble
why.
upon
That's why.
the
Give me
hentai
2
collection
minutes.
that she keeps on the mattress.
There's a note attached to this. Burn this if I ever die.
In fact, if I'm ever kidnapped by an unmarked white van,
Congratulations,
specific.
this collection is now yours.
So,
Chris, sign this
Unlock the
written
door,
agreement
open it
that
up.
You will burn my hentai collection if I'm ever kidnapped by people in an unmarked white
of course.
But before you burn the hentai collection,
There's a laptop
One last one.
currently up. She hasn't actually logged out of it.
Okay.
There's also just bed, regular expectations, dresser drawers, those kind of things, chest of drawers.
it's the prequel to Great Expectations.
Yeah.
Okay. What's on the computer? Any particular tabs or Facebook or messages?
Gmail's open, Facebook's open. Personal invasion of privacy.
You've been hacked.
I'm in.
The green lines of code just like
Which apparently is like a sushi recipe or
Yeah.
something? From what I read that article recently. It's just sushi.
Awesome.
So,
So what are you looking at?
let me see if she's been talking to anybody recently. So,
Check her
but beyond
messages.
the schmoes, if she's
Yeah,
like,
you pick up a couple of conversations with folks here of their discretion, obviously. Otherwise, yeah, a couple of other names pop up. You recognize probably a good number. No, Leon. A number of those people who are like, oh, I think I remember her talking about those as like students, or maybe like TAs, other people she's working with. You're not sure, but it sounds familiar.
Okay, so nothing.
I want to stop jerking.
Alright.
I can hear it.
My God.
Sure
How
you're
far
not a
does this go? Yeah, I'm actually just 16. Just with uncontrollable hormones. Okay, then I'll do my best to not disrupt anything. Is there any other, like, maybe documentation? I won't lie. If there's a diary around, as cliche as it is, I'm gonna read it.
Sure.
But like anything, I don't know. There's something that sticks out. So
Diary. I see a white van.
I'm gonna do a general search of the room. That's what's going
Give
on.
me an investigation and wits.
She just keeps a list of, if I were to be kidnapped, here's a list of possible suspects.
What is that? Oh, there's a picture of Chris and a list of his fears on the back.
How did she know?
There is no Pepe Sylvia.
Yes, there
Chris
is.
Fears.
Charlie,
People whose
all
middle
of
name
these
is
people
Chris.
exist and they've been asking for their mail for weeks.
For you. I'm just a conspiracy theorist under all of this. It's just 4.
Nice. All right, yeah. You do some poking around the room.
Oh, I don't know if this, but this is investigations. My were if 3 is my super success or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's like a greater success.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
you're 3.
Yeah. So because I normally need 5, right, to do that type of thing.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So at least that's if I'm reading it right. But yeah.
Yeah, it drops your need. Usually it's a 5, which we saw earlier, to
Okay.
hit that like extreme success.
Oh, I
Yours
see.
drops it to 3.
Yes.
You manage 3 successes or 4?
4.
All right. Do a quick look over the location. You find a weird little bundle. After you like pull it out and look at it, it's got this like strong smell of cologne. You probably linked it to like Calvin Klein's Obsession or something like that. But it's a little poppet, a little representation of a person that it smells like that. Aside from that, when you're poking around, you do notice there's like a weird email that she deleted and it's still in her like trash folder. Where it's basically just what seems to be like gobbledygook to you or weird code. Very computer oriented. Odd, but emails are weird.
Good thing you're not a hacker. It was Snow Crash.
Okay, I snoop. I'm gonna send that email to a junk email of mine.
Okay.
And delete the scent
Okay.
from it.
Try to clean that off.
Well, not the not the smell scent, but like when it said scent, like I'm sending an email from her.
Forwarded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and
try to scrub that.
oh yeah, and just be like, all right, that's good.
You know to pop into the headers and
Yeah.
try to delete those kind of things. Yeah.
and then just be like, all right, well that's weird. So
Deleted history.
okay, well,
I'm out.
maybe okay, and without there's nothing that says like, man,
And
people's
clean.
trying to kill me. I'm just gonna be like, all right, we'll just close the door, leave everything up as it was. And,
You can clearly tell that the poppet you found was placed there recently, and from where it is, probably not by her. She hasn't really been one to get into like occult stuff. Like that does not fit MO at all.
can I roll a cult on it?
Sure. Give me a cult and intelligence.
2.
2. You get a general feel off this. Puppets are usually used for like sympathetic magic. They're usually used to represent somebody. You do a quick little pop open of it, and you find what looks to be strands of her hair, along with what is clearly a picture cut out of like a yearbook. Probably a college yearbook would be your guess, stuffed inside of it. With the 2, you do know once you separate those things, usually the magic stops. Whatever it was. The problem is, whatever it was is depending on what was said, what spell, in quotes, was spoken to it. And usually, the closer said poppet is to said person, the more powerful that will be.
Williams decided to
Just put
use
that
my foot as a
crazy voodoo
headrest.
shit down.
Yeah, sure.
Put it back to where it was, and just be like,
Okay, would you like to disable it, as you know? Or are you just gonna leave it the hell alone?
I'm just gonna leave it the hell alone.
Alright.
And just be like,
Namaste.
back to whacking.
Namaste. Powerful occult object of my friend who just disappeared. I don't need you anymore. Jesus.
It's interrupting my jerkin.
Well, the thing is, are they generally good things or bad things, or is it across the spectrum?
It depends on what was
Give
said.
it like
That's
a little
fair.
shoulder rub. We're a nice little shoulder rub.
Yeah, just like, hey, you doing all right? Yeah, but I'm gonna leave it alone for now, and just close the door, saunter back to my room, and continue not dealing with this. Just my nosiness has I've quenched my thirst
Enough for today.
yeah, exactly. Just be
Are
like,
you going to tell any of us about this?
no.
Alright.
I mean, at least not right now. Like, this is just one of those things where it's just like, for all I know, it's just some silly.
Right.
It's a,
Because
yeah.
she was a history. She's also a fellow history nerd, so like maybe she's doing some.
Yeah, I mean, she's
research
TAing
project
for a
or
history
something.
class. Like,
Yeah.
there's clearly some interest in it.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, like magic doesn't. I mean, that
It
shit
doesn't.
isn't
What are you
real.
talking about?
Yeah.
Shit ain't real.
So, but it is creepy, and I don't want
When in doubt,
You're superstitious.
play it on the safe
to.
side.
Yeah. So.
You pull that, what's the guy from The Mummy? Where he's got, like, every single holy symbol.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it's like,
I know what you're talking about.
Benny, yeah.
Yeah. and
Benny.
not
Super
quite that
squeaky
far,
voice.
but kind of close.
Cool. You know, I'm just
Oh,
gonna go back and
man.
maybe watch some TV.
And turn it on, and sure enough, The Mummy's on for giggles. All right.
I
So,
respect the
Heard
argument.
that name.
yes. So that leaves Lupita, Jess, and the good doctor professor to go through a quick little bit of police questioning, if you have any questions for them. You know it's procedure. You at least got to ask, get names, addresses, so if something comes up, you can
Yeah.
contact them later.
Oh no, she's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you manage to tell these two not to mention my name?
I'm going to say no. They're still out in the alleyway.
I
Was
will
in the
get-
restaurant.
I'll get Jenny's stuff and just like come back out
Yeah.
with it and meet up with them.
So I think I'll do like a lot of the routine questions, like names and addresses.
How can we? Yeah. How can you be contacted? Phone numbers, those kind of things. Okay.
If you need any help, here's my number, and it's my personal number.
You are
Are you hitting on them?
No,
you are an actual police officer.
You can show your badge if you want.
Okay.
do the
It's not
badge.
plastic.
Okay.
This is a toy bag.
Sometimes it's easier to contact me. You
What?
can contact an officer, but I have not personal interest, but I have history with this case now.
Okay.
So-
Sure. Will the police take this seriously since she hasn't been gone for more than 24 hours?
You know it's going to
Department.
take 24 hours. There's no evidence of a struggle. There is circumstantial evidence. Until that blood you've got comes back as positive Jenny's, it could be anybody's blood. Anybody could have been thrown against that door. Like,
I think I'll say the department will take it very seriously because I will take it very seriously,
And you're the department.
and I'm the department.
The whole department.
I am the...
Well, I have her phone. I'll just keep it in case anyone tries to contact her. Is that
Sounds
alright?
good. Please contact me right away if
Sure,
There's
sure.
any-
Yeah, absolutely.
what's any
Developments.
negotiations or
Yeah,
Ransom?
any contact, any demands are made.
demands here.
Yeah.
From a group of.
Yep.
I mean, I guess.
Is there anything that we should do in the meantime?
You do know that one person is missing.
Yep.
You did see them when you walked back here. So, are you going to follow orders on that one, or are you just going to let it slide? Like a real cop. A dirty cop. You're going to stop doing your job. But you
much
rise above
paperwork?
because justice.
How much paperwork?
Your
do you
friend
do?
seemed
Yeah.
kind of nervous around me. Make sure she's safe. That she's not in any danger.
She's supposed to text me when she gets home.
Good.
And the hypothetical she, who wasn't here.
I understand.
You get the nod and the wink.
Technically, I wasn't officially on this case either.
Oh, good.
I mean, there's no case, so
But-
yes, there currently is no case number.
But there will be a case building.
Okay.
In 23 hours.
And then there'll be a whole lot of evidence all at once.
That's how it usually goes, yeah. Entering evidence.
Okay.
Don't hesitate.
Okay.
So, what are the three of you's plans from here? You're heading home.
I'll probably head home. Or I'll look at you and go, do you want me to help you grade the papers since Jenny's unavailable? Okay, I'm gonna go home now.
You will send me a picture you took of Sue.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll get my phone and get your phone number and text it to you right there.
I'm probably just gonna hail a cab.
Okay.
Since the fire alarms were sounded in the restaurant, I don't imagine they finished their food.
Probably not. They didn't have
Tends to
time.
close the kitchen down.
Yeah.
If you had ordered appetizers, those might have come out in time.
I got like one nacho.
Yeah. Nachos came out.
God damn.
You
Not
probably
sure,
went.
singular.
You
I
went back in
probably-
and
like
just
when I got
took the
Jenny's
little
stuff, I was
to-go.
like,
Yeah.
nachos. Me and my nachos will walk home.
All right.
If your nachos
Just
are
want to go
walking, you
home
shouldn't
and-
be eating them.
Just want to go home and have dinner there.
Isn't it walking tacos, not watching?
Dr. Volcain, I'm going to pressure your vice a little bit. You
Voclain,
want
you mean?
Volclain? Sorry.
Thank you very much.
You want a hasty answer to what's going on here.
Sure, I do. Yeah.
So as soon as you go home, you get access to the information.
Yeah, I was planning
provided.
on doing that when I was coming.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, dig into that.
All right. I'm gonna. So I get home into my apartment, and I'm going to look at my. I'm gonna take a look at the language, its symbols, and everything like that, and see if I can, sort of tracing back through my memory and looking at my bookshelf, like see if I can. Okay, I remember seeing that in this and this from that period or whatever, and try to do some basic research before I try to call a colleague or something like that who might be more specialized. It's considering that it's late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a late hour. You're
Yeah.
coming up on like 10 at this point with
Yeah.
transit.
What is?
Give me intelligence academics.
Intelligence. 6. Does art history apply to this one?
In this case,
You
yeah.
said yes
a while
before.
ago.
All right.
Keep it rolling strong.
Is there some kind of bonus for like having the books available as well? Because it's basically the same
resources?
roll that I made.
Yeah. Usually, I think that would come out in a merit, but
I'm just wondering.
I'll give you an extra dice because I am like pushing your vice on this one. So you're, like pushing for responses.
Is it a profession? Because it might fall under a profession then.
2,
That's just for hunter, I think.
Just fun.
Yeah.
3. Okay, 3 successes.
Okay. You do a bit more digging, and you find you misremembered it a little bit.
Okay.
The symbols you saw reminded you of like Atlantean because it's literally the language that Disney invented for the movie Atlantis. But
Okay.
What reminded you of that was some of the pictures that you had gotten in, some of the paintings recently, had been of ancient Atlantis, and those two wires crossed in the grain.
Yeah.
But it literally doesn't take more than a couple moments after that until you go, okay, if that was in the movie, and they literally made up the language to have an alphabet for it.
Yeah, it's online somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you quickly are able to translate it into the following characters.
Donald, Goofy.
DNV.
Sora.
DNV.
Yep. COL. MON. ST. RGA. ME. Dot. ON. ION.
DVN monstergame.onion.
No.
Okay, I'm going to take a look at that, kind of puzzled slightly. Since it's 2018 and I see a dot and a suffix, I'm going to type it into the address bar.
Okay.
And see if that takes me anywhere.
Type that in. You get a cannot connect.
Let's see here. DPN COL MONSTR monster game GAME. Right.
You've got a couple of dots in computer, right?
I've got 2 dots on computer.
I have 2 dots in computer and also programming. I don't know if you know that about me, but
No, I don't care.
okay.
With 2
Thanks.
dots, it hits you. Kind of reminds you of like a dark web address. This is something you'd enter into like a Tor router.
Okay, I know a little bit, like very
Yeah,
loosely about it.
like you know. Okay, this would be an address you'd use to access a site, but specifically, it would require you to be on the deep web or access it through your like Tor routers or something like that.
Okay, well, I will activate my secret router and tunnel
Close
into
all the
deep
shades.
web. Yeah, well,
Inject.
I'll use my laptop. I'll get into the Tor thing and like try
Okay.
to
Quick
access
little
it there.
download.
You do a Google search on like how to do it.
How to deep
Yeah.
web.
Yeah, like,
Not too far from what I did to write this episode. So you connect. You get a very
so
basic
many
looking
lists.
website. It reminds you of like the old Angel Fire days.
Okay.
However, there's a live feed on it, which shows the front of what you would very obviously classify as an abandoned asylum, sanitarium, mental hospital,
Okay.
old American, almost Gothic inspired building. Currently being shown with, you can see the sign that's up there, purposely blurred out.
Okay. So no identification of the building.
The site has a register button, and aside from that, it has only the following text. Locked in a location, scarce supplies, a real night of terror. This week, can local female soccer star and communications major outlive the living dead? First 15 minutes are free. Full viewing price, half a Bitcoin.
woof. That's like $450.
We're gonna have to get a Bitcoin and saw it in half, guys.
Just wait 5 minutes and it'll go down again.
And there is a countdown timer, which
It might be
will
in the
expire
thousands.
at midnight.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting crypto.
It's currently about
Yeah.
10:05, 10:10.
But it also
So
crashed.
about 2 hours.
I imagine, how long does it take me to walk home?
Probably about an hour or so.
I'll probably just get tired and like hail a fucking cab or something.
Yeah.
No, it's $3,200. That's
Yeah.
half a Bitcoin.
Yeah, this is money, what you're about to watch.
So, do I make it home?
No.
So after an hour after I talk to Tabby, I imagine I'm already home and I'm waiting.
This is what you get for trying to run from a fascist pig.
I'm like in the front room waiting for Tabatha to also come home.
Yeah, you get home and you check and she's not there. You check your phone, you haven't got
I think
anything.
we probably would have gone home together.
Probably.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
Just end
Use
up
the buddy
like
system.
fucking calling a cab because I'm tired of walking.
Yeah.
Two of you like sitting there, but they're in the den by the front door, just like waiting, and it's been like a good 15 minutes. She definitely left before you and claimed to use public transit.
Walk up, go up to the professor's room, knock.
I don't think he actually
I don't
lives in the
live.
building.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Just connected to everybody
okay,
who lives
cool.
there. Yeah.
Cool. I'll knock on Chris's door.
Hey, buddy. Still there?
Well, 1 second. 1 second. No, so,
Don't come in!
so,
1 second. Where's the damn controller?
Do you have the contact information of any of us at the apartment?
it's good that we
You
both
would have
have folk
Jenny's?
Jenny.
I have Jenny's.
And now you have mine
And
because
I
That's the
think that's good.
Where's the damn controller?
Well,
Alright,
So she's my point of contact with the rest of you.
Okay. You
For the
could
time being.
probably get my number from one of my dad's, who's a coworker of yours.
Sure, yeah. If worst comes to worst, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And then
not
with
so much
Jenny's
an
phone,
introvert
you've
where
got-
he just opens the door and peeks, but like,
you seen Tabby?
hey, Jess. Seen who? Did you say Jenny? I didn't catch that.
Tabby.
Oh, who the hell's that? No, seriously though, like I'm missing. You said Tabby?
Tabby, that's Robert's.
Robert.
Oh, okay. You're the last one I have on this. I don't have.
Last blank. Although now at this
Just
point it's canon. You have no
deadpan.
idea who
Yeah.
else.
Tabby.
All right.
No, I think that plays into your vice,
Yeah.
right? I don't
Yeah.
really want to know these people.
Yeah.
She's the newest.
Tabby.
person
Oh,
who
that's
moved
right.
in.
That's right. That's right. Even though just listing off a whole
Actually,
thing.
I'm post-grad, so I probably lived there.
That's
for a
right. You
while.
man, I'm probably the newest person who moved in. What the hell's wrong with you?
A number of things.
Oh, and I have not seen her.
Tabatha.
I haven't
Have you
seen.
seen Tabatha?
I have not seen her, nor have I seen Jess.
I'm Jess.
Yeah.
I mean, Jenny, because fuck. I'm going. I just close the door.
He apparently stayed in and drunk a lot. It is Colorado. He might be high.
Oh,
Possible.
I am sorry. I'm just botching right now.
Yep.
No, I've seen Jenny. I see you, Jess. Haven't seen Tabby. I don't know what's going on. I hear that. What?
He is
What? How are
Bloodshot eyes, smells.
you? I also forgot during my dank, the
Greased
I get,
up.
greased up. I meant to say
Minus
that
banding yoga.
the
back.
It's in the system too.
during my cut before, also probably just at some point have pop more Adderall.
Adderall
Yeah.
and weed. Damn.
You're just like counteracting the Adderall at that point.
yeah. Let's see.
God, you're turning into my ex-boyfriend.
So, but anyway, yeah, like
Dumb.
no, I haven't seen anyone. I've
Okay.
been the only one
Will
here.
you just you have Lupita's phone number, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Could you just text us?
know it
Text her
has.
if you see her.
Yeah. If anybody gets home,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
will all be the first to
I
know.
should we text the professor? Looking at Lupita,
Oh.
I'm like, should we text the professor?
Oh, is she there too?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
I see.
both came home together.
Oh,
Okay. I'll text you and say, hey, Tabby.
At least make sure he got home.
Did you get home okay, or we're still waiting on Tabatha to show up?
In my apartment, the phone is like off to the side on my desk. I'm still doing research. I'm ignoring the phone because hasty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking up in the Denver area, like any condemned buildings that match that description.
No check needed. It's plain and simple. There's a couple that pop up, but one that literally has a picture that looks like wherever this live feed
camp
is coming
yeah,
from,
yeah.
right there.
Okay.
You're looking at a Cedar Grove sanatorium, well known for being a haunted location in Denver. On the outskirts of town, it was closed down in the 80s.
Yeah, that's pretty recent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1980s, right?
Yep.
The 1880s.
And, you know, there's a good chance you might be able to get some more info on it if you do some digging. But
So I'll look at that for a second. I'll get the address, right?
Mhm.
I'll close the laptop. I'll go over to nearby closet. Open that up. Zip open a sort of a black tall bag. Make sure that the hunting rifle is still in there.
Still in there.
Zip that back up. Shoulder that over. And I will, as I'm leaving, grab the phone and see.
You have one unread message. Or
What?
unheard message.
And what does it say? Was it voicemail or text?
It was a text message saying,
Oh, okay.
"Did you make it home okay? Tabitha isn't here yet."
I will text back, home safe, did some digging, Tabatha in trouble too. Stay safe. Period.
How old is your character?
52.
Okay.
As soon as I get that text message, I'm calling you. Immediately.
Phone rings like
What's going
6
on?
seconds later.
I hit the button on the side to get it to stop ringing. I'll put it in my pocket.
Okay.
I'll go out to my car, open the trunk, put the
hunting
hunting
rifle in
in
bag.
there, get in, and drive to.
Box of
Going.
Cedar Grove.
What's the dead Winchester's name? Can't remember.
My vice is
That's what it's
dogged. Your phone does not stop ringing. I literally hit recall over and over and over again until I
This
get
turns
an
off.
answer.
Puts it on.
Probably get
Battery
there.
out.
Just FYI, in case you ever get tired of it vibrating.
What's going
She's
on?
not going to stop. He said
Probably
she's in
phone,
trouble
huh?
and for us to stay safe.
Tabby?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
That's why I'm calling him.
So, you said there's this professor you guys are involved with?
Yeah.
Not involved with.
Words are
That's
Good.
not that's what I meant.
Should we
I'm getting a lot of
Should
secondhand
we-
news here.
text the police officer?
Well, I mean, what information do we actually have to give him?
My friend's in trouble. You're right. Fuck.
Do
You know what?
also have
I will-
firearms rifles?
Here, I'll call him and
I have
I'll let him
rifles,
know
yeah.
that our other friend is missing because they might have been taking his.
Hunting.
We at the very least can tell them that. So I will call
So you
him.
get a phone call.
Sorry about that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Haskell.
Hey,
Do
Officer
you ever pick
Haskell.
up your phone?
This is Lupita
I mean, sure, yeah. But
Moreno-Ortiz
I'm
from
on a
earlier
mission.
tonight in the
Eventually.
alleyway.
Yeah.
No,
Um,
no, I don't. I don't.
You remember our friend that
God.
slipped off and didn't want to talk to you?
She make it home safe?
Got
No,
cigarettes and
we
sunglasses
have no
on.
idea where she
Have
is.
to-
I've taken it.
We got a message from our the Dr. Volklain who was there with us tonight,
Uh-huh.
saying that she's in trouble but didn't give any more information.
And he won't pick up his phone.
And he won't answer his phone.
I'm on call number 15.
I'm sorry we don't have any further information to give you, just that we now have 2 roommates that are missing.
Okay, do you have her phone number? Do you know if she still has her phone on her?
We've tried contacting her and she hasn't been answering.
Have you?
No.
I thought you called her.
I was waiting for her to text me.
Oh,
I will stop calling the professor for a second and call Tabitha.
we will. We'll try to. Sorry.
Because I'm thinking more.
You
more
call and you
Don't worry,
get
I'll go back to it.
Her name
you
is
call and you
Tabitha
get
Black.
the number you are calling is currently out of cell range.
Oh,
currently unavailable.
shit.
Yeah, currently unavailable.
I have computer programming. What would it take for me to be able to locate where her cell phone is?
Her cell phone? As long as it's got an active GPS on it, theoretically, it's a tough shot, but it's doable.
No go on being able to call her. Her full name is Tabitha Black.
Damn it.
You're a missing person.
I didn't do it. You know what? While I am dialing the professor over and over again, I will go to my computer and see if I can do it.
I don't know
Maybe
what her
computer-
description looks like, but should I come around, pick you up, and try to look for her, see if you guys can spot her?
I mean, I
the
can't
best
hear,
excuse
so.
I've heard for a cop to pick people up and get them involved. Kudos.
I mean, I wouldn't even know where to
And
start
get the
looking
group
for
together.
her. We don't have any kind of a trail.
You know, you can always try to call in cell tracking.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what we're with the number instead.
Yeah, it's again one of those things where it's it works a lot better when you have an active call. but with the amount of data people use nowadays,
See where it was last pinged.
any Wi-Fi networks it connect to, any data towers, you can track people down quite a bit quicker. Just going off of the fact, you have a constant active connection to Facebook, waiting for toast notifications, push notifications.
I mean, I guess if you wanna.
Do you have any contacts? in
An
the
ally?
police? Yeah, an ally, perhaps? Can
Yeah.
call on one of them, yeah.
Pick the name.
Yeah, who do you want it to be? Male or female, or other?
Because I'm thinking of what's her name from?
Like
is it?
Oracle from Batman?
No, it's like one of the NCIS
Oh,
people.
like
I think.
the
Maybe not Abigail, but
bubblegum goth?
Not
maybe not Abby. I think the other one though, the blonde one from. I think it was the.
They call that
LA.
rockabilly.
Okay.
I think it was,
Yeah,
but yeah, like someone like that, like who may have some of those kind
They've
of.
got access to it. They do some of the forensics work.
They
on
may
the
know
side.
my habits of doing off the file.
special cases.
They're used to you starting case numbers before they're given to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's the name?
Let's see, Lily.
Okay. I call up Lily. Damien, it's a little late, but justice never sleeps, right?
Yep. This one's kind of urgent, Lily.
All right, give me the details.
We need this cell phone. She may have been recently kidnapped, so any last traces of known areas would be greatly helpful.
I would have given
Last
you
traces take a while. Works a lot better if we've got a active.
I would have provided you with the phone number.
Sounds like it's been out of service, but anything you can get me.
Sure, I'll see what I can do, but you're looking at easily 4 or 5 hours with something that's been off grid. If something's still on grid, I can get you that in like a couple seconds here.
I want to know if there was nothing that would be on grid.
Either of you two want to give me a wits and composure roll?
What's and composure?
Add wits and composure, yep.
I guess technically it is, but
2.
2 successes.
That was-
Active.
wait, that was a 1. So no
Hasn't gone out of
successes.
signal range yet.
Oh, hey, give him this phone number. Have him trace this.
Okay.
And I'll give her the doctor's phone number real quick.
Okay.
you think you said he was safe. Do you think he's in danger as well?
I think he went after them.
He's probably
Oh.
going after him.
I see. So we'll follow the rabbit.
Yeah. I'm calling him right now. It's active.
Can you track this phone number?
Already done. Overheard you talking about it.
This is
yeah.
why I love you, Lily.
Hey now.
Things I don't need to hear.
Purely platonic. She gives you the street address that he's currently on and kind of direction that he's heading.
Lily's like 60 years old.
How far away is this place?
His current location is about, by vehicle, you're looking at maybe 20 minutes away, not too far.
What about my police vehicle with a siren?
You're looking at like 15, maybe 10. Probably a bit quicker if you really floor it.
Hey Chris, do you want to come help us chase the rabbit?
Specialized car chase.
Chase
Not
of what?
quite a car chase.
If you're taking the crazy taxi school, you're 5 minutes.
We think the professor has a bead on where Tabby is, and we are going to be
I mean, if he's
tracking
driving,
him
I'm
down
chasing his
with the help of one officer.
Not a chase yet.
A very important
Let's
question.
Mhm.
Does Chris have a car?
He's been here long enough, probably.
Yes,
Probably
but it's like
not.
it's like a Cadillac Eldorado that works. It works.
Yeah, it just works.
It just works.
It
Todd
just
Howard.
works.
Yeah.
It's like my car.
For
Takes 5 times to
diversification,
start it.
can we switch the firearm specialization from rifle to shotgun instead?
Sure.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So
perhaps.
cool.
Would it be?
But anyway, yeah, I will follow that up
have
with like,
my
don't
own
you guys think
firearm?
that this is more suited for
I don't know how, like,
the
actual
police
gears
instead
works
of the
with
Scooby Doo
this.
gang?
Yeah, with your background, yeah.
Okay.
I will
I'm
say
just
in this
already
case,
heading out of the house.
think about a reason why you wouldn't go, because we're getting close to the time for you to
It's fine. It's fine.
head out. Or something that would delay.
So I go to my closet and it's
I'm
like,
gonna wait here to
see,
if,
incredibly dusted, like
anybody comes back.
old like hunting shotgun, just like
Because yeah, they only know that you dropped off.
just like
grid.
put that in.
I guess-
Just-
All right.
Yeah, I will stay at the apartment because now it seems like there's a pattern that they might be targeting people from our apartment. So I'll stick around and see if anybody swings back around. I think I would be capable enough to be able to protect myself.
If I have an address, I'm just gonna call an Uber and start heading that
I
direction.
did
and pick
offer
me.
to.
Oh, then yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I'm-
Police
To
I'll have
dri-
to
to-
actually
to
decide
drive
what kind of
over.
firearm I have.
Cool.
It's a
Then I'll
handgun
have you
of some
come
sort.
get me, and we'll go.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Apache revolver.
You don't need bones.
Okay, this is a hunting shotgun with like my
Hey.
initials. It's
You
actually
gotta,
like when I
you
was
gotta
a
come
kid.
closer. I can only hit people if they're within 2 feet of me.
With the recoil.
Can I request like a frequent patrol of this apartment that keeps on getting mentioned?
You can give it a try. You'll get like your captain's gonna ask, like, all right, but what's the reason? Like, we can't just allocate manpower for without a reason behind it.
I'm gonna head out.
All right.
Okay, have fun at
There
work.
have been a lot of
Well,
threats
thanks for
to
coming.
Yeah,
people
I have to
in,
mount at 6.
in this apartment
Good to see
building.
you.
People have been scared. I just want,
Yeah.
if no wellness
I should be
checks,
able
at
to
least
Sundays
some
off.
patrol,
2 weeks from now.
Captain.
Sounds good.
We'll see if we
So I don't know
can
if you
shift
could
some
push
patterns,
back
but
the music
can't
in a
promise too
darkened,
much.
from a darkened room if you were gonna revisit that.
Whatever can make them feel safe.
Sorry.
If you were gonna do the next session of music in a darkened room, I don't know if you could push that back.
No, yeah. I mean, I plan to wait until you're available again.
Okay, thank
need
you.
to make sure everybody's available.
Definitely appreciate that.
okay, yeah, you get a maybe at best.
Mm. I understand that feeling. That's why I do.
Yep.
when I can do it personally, I do it personally.
Yeah, like they'll probably send at least one wellness check out there, but
Yeah, like once every 3 hours.
yeah, because again, manpower.
Mm.
There are worse places you can live in this city. Okay, so does
Chris,
that
did you
leave?
relock Jenny's door?
No, it was not mentioned.
No, what?
You did? I didn't hear
Oh,
it.
yeah, no, that's fine if I didn't explicitly say
So
that.
she's probably
didn't
going to start
explicitly
nosing around
say
the
this.
apartment now.
Okay.
Oh, you know, maybe she didn't lock it. I don't know.
Are you coming along with the wild ride? You've seen some weird stuff.
Are we all
So, yeah.
like? Is it everybody's hopping into this policeman's car?
I am. Lupita
Yeah.
is not.
Oh,
Because
that's
she's
I
sticking
know.
around waiting for
Tabitha.
to potentially return. And you then also notice, hey, maybe I'm gonna go pop into Jenny's room, see if there's anything in there. Is it the
I'll take
last
my
place
own
you see
car.
would be?
So I
Where are you driving?
following the police officer. I just don't. I just want the option to get the
Someone's following
To
me.
leave, yeah. You don't want to
Now
be
it's a
beholden
chase.
to.
I gotta
Officer
lose
Liz
them.
Cannon.
Also, like having like my own like,
The
which I find
kidnappers are
stupid.
after
Like I have my own gun with me, and
Someone
I
follow
don't like
us.
having it on me. I'm just like, this is stupid. Just throwing my car with this. It's dumb. It's all dumb. I hate
Good old brake check. This'll get them.
You tell
No,
me
my
that you're gonna follow us.
insurance.
Well, I said I'm coming with you. I suppose
Okay.
in a less than enthusiastic.
Okay. I think that's...
When you see her getting into the squad car, you see the officer behind the wheel is very enthusiastic and peels out.
What does
sirens.
everybody... Hold up. What does everybody look like?
Yeah,
So
let's
right-
do a quick intro. Yeah.
Because Jess is just like 5'6", looks like she runs a lot, brown hair, brown eyes, totally suburban white
Probably
girl.
wearing yoga pants.
No, thank you. Jeans
Went
and a
outside.
fucking sweatshirt. She's not a basic white girl. She just, has all the demographics.
Sounds like a
and all.
basic bitch to me.
She didn't order pumpkin spice.
I sure fucking didn't.
Not yet, because there's a kidnapping.
No, but the
going
chai latte says something adjacent.
I have a race in the morning. I carb loaded on some goddamn nachos and drank some water.
You had one nacho.
No, I got
Took
them
them
to
home.
go and ate them in the cab right home.
The only difference now is Chris has put on a really nice sweater. It's like a very sharp contrast to what he was wearing earlier.
Yeah.
So what does Chris look like?
He has like
Oh, I
medium
remember.
black hair,
yeah,
like back.
okay, yeah. Okay.
Shoulder
What does
yeah,
Damien
glasses.
look like?
Do you look like the guy from Stranger Things? What's his name?
No, I'm thinking
asshole?
Reno 911.
Oh,
you
boy.
mean
Officer
Steve?
Hot Pants.
Yeah.
Yes, Steve.
Please
whatever
tell me you
his
have
Not
on
quite
real pants.
Steve.
But he's got that kind of sweat.
I'm not
Yeah.
getting in the car with you if you have those shorts on.
No, not the shorts, but like that's classic. Like
Oh, it's,
always wearing the aviators, the mustache.
mustache.
Some Reno.
You've got like the pressed blue shirt and pants. Yeah, nice.
What is
That says a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
that
Like-
explains a lot.
Like perfectly fit, so it's almost a little too tight, but
Yeah.
not.
It's still pants, not shorts.
Tabitha is got commanding looks, and she's an athletic woman with Southeast Asian features.
What a woman.
Okay, cool.
If
That's-
it fits,
that's a
you
good
can
doctor.
run well in it.
What's a doctor professor look like?
Dr. VoclainMaria looks a lot like. There's a French actor called Lambert Wilson, right? He played the Merovingian in The Matrix.
All right,
Reloaded.
gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I know who you're
that
talking
guy.
about.
Okay.
Remember that guy?
Mm-hmm. Very professor looking.
Disgusting.
It basically just looks like that.
Nice.
He's like 52, 6'2", 180 pounds. Yeah.
Ready to roll.
Usually wears like, professorial garb. You know.
Well on his way to being a silver fox.
He is squarely in Silver Fox territory.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sick.
Nice.
So Chris is going to see him and go, damn it. This is what I need to be.
This is what I aspire to be.
It's like Indiana
Nick
Jones. Damn it.
Nick sees this
How is
player and
this
be
so
like, damn,
cruel?
this is what I want to be.
This is why I got into this.
That's why I got into RPGs.
So I can play ruggedly handsome old man.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to say it becomes very clear to you that you're not going to be the first one there when a squad car
Peels back. Yeah.
going about like 120
Yeah.
on
I'm not
your
speeding.
like
I'm just
65,
going fast.
70 mile per hour highway
What-
that you're on to get out to this location.
Chris is like, what the fuck?
And you realize
Like,
that this
Give me a
entire
drive
time,
check.
your
please.
phone has been buzzing.
I've been aware of it.
So would this
Haven't
be
had-
Keep, like,
dexterity?
nervously looking at
Do you
it.
have
Yeah.
drive? Yes.
Dexterity and drive. You're gonna want to succeed fairly well.
With the do I have my specialty active right now?
It's
Did
not
you
a
mention where the
chase.
location
Okay.
was?
Yeah. You're not
I'm
trying
sure
to
we got
lose
it. I gave
somebody.
it to you if you said you were coming with us. I would have like begrudgingly thrown it over my shoulder because I've kind of disregarded you.
That's fair.
Yeah. Part of the problem is it's a moving
not
target.
one.
You've got where he's going,
But not my destination.
not the
So,
destination.
3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah, you're able to catch up to the car. Phone that you're on is like, yeah, you're. What was the name?
Lily.
Yeah, Lily. You're right on top of him.
Is there a way for me to get it like on my laptop? You know that they have like
I'm mounted on the.
Mounted?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I-
some squad cars have that.
You like start to go over to do that, and you hear your phone goes dead. You lose signal.
Shit.
You also lose signal, in which case
It's okay, I'm not paying attention.
It just stops ringing, and you're like, "Oh, I finally gave up."
Thank God.
And your computer gives you that notification of disconnected from network.
But now we can at least see his car and follow him.
Yeah, and if you had a phone up, but yeah, you now
Being
notice
jammed.
a cop car has, with blaring lights, sped up to behind you. Slowed to match your speed, and I'm assuming turn the lights off
Yeah, I guess.
and the siren off as well. So it's
You probably get on the radio. Where are we heading?
Well, I mean,
Through
will I
the
recognize?
speaker on the car?
you hear a muffled.
Do I recognize this as the professor's car? Because I mean, I saw him. Didn't I see you? No, you hailed a cab.
Yeah,
So never mind. I wouldn't.
Give me a single die roll, and
Maybe
if you
I
succeed
can,
on
like,
it,
just
you're
see
lucky.
his head in there. And
I came in a cab and then hailed a cab back
That's
because
what I'm saying,
it's a
yeah.
bar. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if.
I rolled a 6, so
Yeah, you've never seen the professor's car before.
maybe could you drive up next to him?
Yeah,
Like
that's.
not like a maniac.
Well, I'm matching his speed.
Okay, oh, okay, so you're next to him.
Yeah.
Well, then
So
I
you
can look
pop
over and
over.
just see the professor's in the car,
Yeah, you now notice.
and I'll pick up my phone and go.
The signals are dead.
I've
You can't.
called him 30 times.
Oh, so you're just telling him that you've called him. It's just.
So he knows where the calls are coming.
I mean, I'm
Inside
looking
the
out
car.
my passenger side window at this cop car matching pace with me, and I just mouth like.
Pull out my bag.
Just like deadpan stare.
I'm just gonna keep driving where I'm driving. I guess I don't want to waste time by
Yeah.
pulling over or like shouting at the car. Hey, we're
Explain
going to this
everything.
place. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain everything. I'm just-
Okay,
So-
just follow him then.
Yeah, you all manage to, when you eventually catch up. Yeah,
I guess drive has been one of my most signature skills.
you
Somebody always gets it.
pull up to a large
You haven't run over
iron
anybody
gate.
yet.
It's got one of those small
No, Kevin,
personnel
you were my
gate,
partner.
large
I
vehicle
killed you.
gates. Stone wall about 8 foot tall around the outside of this facility. And
Oh, no, you're
you can
fine.
see a
That seems
single
good.
building. Looks fairly large. Looks to kind of have a main front building and then bounces off into kind of 2 different side wings.
Okay. I'll just wait till the professor gets out of his car and. So what do you know?
Oh, so everyone's
Yeah.
pulled up and arrived. Okay.
Everybody's looking at that iron gate. Well,
I'll-
except for Tabby.
Get out. I'll go to the trunk, pull it out, get the. Actually, you know what? I'll leave the bag in there, zip it open, and get the hunting rifle out. Put some shit. Put a bullet or two
Pull a
in
couple
the
rounds in.
chamber.
Jesus.
I get out. I'm like, the doctor wig is Dr. Voclain, right? Am I saying that right?
Voclain.
Voclain.
Like
Okay.
like McLean.
Yeah,
With a VO.
Okay. I like walk over.
The graffiti we saw on the wall, it was some Disney scene with the font from a movie. I had my references crossed. It was an address on the dark web, right?
Holy shit. They
Kinda-
used a Disney movie for the dark web? Okay, no,
Sounds
keep
like-
going.
Sounds like the job.
Apparently, Jenny and Tabatha are inside this place. They're going to be a part of some kind of game, some sort of amusement for people to watch online.
So they're
Fun
I'm
and
not-
games or like death games?
It's a dark web.
Probable cause!
I assume you brought your file.
This is also a squad car, so in the back you've got a Kevlar
A light
vest.
machine gun. A rocket launcher.
You've got a submachine gun.
Oh.
Like after some of the laws that got passed, they got some pretty heavy armaments in their trunk.
Well, yeah.
It's either a shotgun or a submachine gun in most areas.
Can I
So
I'll just like pick up a big piece of wood.
there's some rebar. Like this, it's old condemned. Pretty easy to find like a good hefty
Just gonna-
sizable one.
I have a whacking stick. Don't need guns. Thanks.
I like
So-
walk up to Dr. Voclain, like very confused. Like I switch my hand. Doctor, I'm Christopher Hendrickson. I took a class here.
I remember you, Christopher.
I was a big fan of their section of Byzantine art.
Oh, yes. That's
Ah.
fascinating work.
Can we maybe do this later?
Just saying.
Can we?
Do you know your way around the gun?
You do the Hollywood bullshit
Yeah, I'm
where
like-
you like
I assume you
fiddle
punch
with it.
Did-
Me too. After someone.
I'll take charge.
Okay, you're looking at 2 wrought iron gates, one vehicle-sized, one personnel-sized.
Does his presence also exude the fact that he's like Officer Dewey from like Scary Movie from Scream? Like, does he seem like he comes across as like dirtastic?
However he's playing it is what you're getting.
Okay, that's fair. Like, yeah, okay.
He's energetic. He might not be derpy. He might just be weird.
Okay, yeah, but that's what I'm getting. So I'm just like,
Energetic and also maybe competent? Who knows?
I'll approach the personal gate. Is it locked or does it open?
Yeah, locked. You can see an actual like chain on it and a very old, rusted out like key lock on it.
How high is the gate?
It's about 8 feet up.
Climbable?
Yeah, you're looking at like hewn stone, so take a bit of work, but not too bad.
Athletics and strength or athletics and dex?
I'll say strength on this one.
Can I fire the rifle at the lock?
Yeah, I was going to
To save time.
You've got marks and firearms, right?
I got firearms rifles.
Are you going to
Okay, yeah.
move first?
But you've got how many ranks? You got 1 rank.
Now, 1 rank in rifles. I'm not
Okay.
great necessarily, but
How many do you have?
and
And how many do you have?
okay, so I have
Like
2...
just ranks and firearms. How many?
Oh, just firearms?
Yes.
2.
Okay.
2.
All right. 2 of you know, like, oh no, that's a movie thing. That doesn't work in real
Yeah,
life.
unless you have an M1 Garand, yeah, it's not gonna...
Because you're dealing with like a solid metal lock. It's
Well,
rusted to hell, so
I'll raise.
Is there like a door opener in my trunk?
bashing it might work.
I'll raise. I'll see
I'm sure you got
Jessica
some, like,
approaching
clippers,
and
yeah.
like immediately lower the rifle.
Oh, I probably have like
Yeah.
I probably have like the lock clippers.
Yeah,
right?
From the
bolt
trunk?
cutters.
Yeah, bolt
Well, I got
cutters.
2 successes to just fucking scale the gate.
Yeah, you
So-
you find a bit of the stone and a couple of quick motions. You're over the top.
Always prepared.
Are we going or not?
Yeah, it just... Oh, you got the cutters.
Officer moves over when you're on the other side. Starts pressing the clip. Give me a strength and
Athletics.
Yeah.
What time is it?
You're looking at this point, probably around 11 after the drive.
What time is
Anything
this
for having a
supposed to
tool?
start, Doctor?
Anything for having a tool?
Yeah, +2.
There was
Is there a countdown or what?
metagaming.
No, like it's the dark web.
Not
That's not
there.
how those games
Shit happens.
fucking work.
2.
Have you been on the dark web a lot, Mr.
I
Jess?
have some computer programming and some basic knowledge of the internet.
Okay, so
Press and pop it open.
Jerking it.
The
Nice.
internet is 4.0.
Yes.
When you hop over the other side,
the dark web is for chump.
and other such
Savory content.
I
Wow, thanks
mean,
for ruining
I
that
watched.
moment.
I played a video game about the dark web. I got the basics. Usually they have a countdown to like
Sure.
when the games start, right? We literally did that in real life.
That's
We watched a video game
1,000%
about it.
accurate.
You know, as
Well, I mean,
accurate as
we
know
are
it.
playing the 1000% accurate version of that
Sure.
with my vast experience.
Mm-hmm.
As you hop over the side, you like barely miss a table that's pressed up against the wall. There's a laptop and a whole bunch of equipment set up on it.
Shit.
You can see it's got a couple of cameras that it seems to be cycling through of the inside of the facility, as well as what appear to be a set of blueprints.
Guys, get over here. I'm gonna immediately.
Pop the latch, no problem.
I'm immediately going to start looking for Jenny and Tabitha.
Okay. You do a bit of looking around.
Give one to the professor. Give one to the police officer.
Everybody gets a floor.
And Chris is just standing there going,
You're able to find both of them in 2 different locations.
Okay.
You can't necessarily make out where they are without a check. However, you can find both of them on the cameras. And you do notice there's a lot of cameras to cycle through. You're looking at a vast array of wireless GoPros and other such easy, just kind of set and forget sort of camera devices.
Are there like
With
labels to the cameras, like
From feeds,
A-
no.
Here's the
They are
first floor in the
blank.
basement.
And you've got a computer laptop that is currently has 4 displayed and lets you cycle through them. One of which says live.
With computer programming, can I do a check to see if I can get into the laptop and figure out where everything is?
You can give it a try. It might not give you what you're looking for, but at the very least it'll give you like
more
a feel for it.
information.
Yeah.
So computer programming and what?
Intelligence on this. Well, I'm
Do
going to
I-
say wits because you're doing this
That's fine.
on the fly. You're not.
So
Correct.
do I get an extra for having a specialty in programming or not?
Yes.
5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3,
Ooh, nice.
3.
3. You do a quick little bit of scripting. Basically,
Just trying to
you do a check to see Wi-Fi signals from all the cameras, and then cross-reference those with a quick little script. It provides you with rough locations of cameras. From what you can tell, Tabatha is in the West Wing. I believe it's the men's wing. Currently unconscious by the look of it. From what you can see on the camera, it looks like it was a blow to the back of the head. Doesn't look great, but it looks like somebody actually tended to the wound.
Okay.
A medicine check would get you a bit more, but that's about it. You can see Jenny somewhere in the East Wing, giving that rough guess based on Wi-Fi signals.
I will pass along this information as I'm collecting away. Do I have a floor?
No. You get kind of rough area.
Okay.
You'd guess probably second floor by how weak the signal is, but
How are the rooms like prepared? Are they kind of like bedrooms or like
a lot of them
isolation
are.
rooms?
A lot of them are pretty straightforward, but it does depend on the room. You'll notice there is some like text and description for it. Some of them are like quarantine wards and that kind of stuff, where it's a little bit more close to hermetically sealed. But with how old some of this stuff is, probably doesn't pass mustard. Just probably a better job of keeping them separate and away from other potentially
I was
infectious
more thinking
people.
like for their rooms.
For their rooms?
Yeah.
No. In fact, when you're looking at those rooms, each of the rooms has kind of a these like cabinet-like devices. Kind of imagine your movie-style or military-style gun locker, where it's got that mesh on the outside, letting you see what's inside and what's kind of hanging up. It's made out of some sort of like gray metal, but there's 3 of them in the room. They are lit up with a little button on them, and kind of hastily scrawled text which says "choose wisely" on each of them.
And where
At
is
this point, you stir.
Okay.
You find
Just
yourself
just for the, it's not important to me.
continuity.
Is Jenny in the same state I was?
You don't know.
I don't know, but do
Yeah.
they know?
They would have to look into it.
Well, they did see.
Well, I mean, yeah, I saw Jenny. Was she look unconscious as well, or do I need to do a medicine check to find out?
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
I don't have anything in medicine.
From like a camera feed, you're not going to get.
Yeah, I
much
was gonna
out
say I
of
don't.
Yeah.
Well, you saw that I had
medicine
like
and
a,
composure, I would say.
You saw that I had like a wound to the back. of my head.
Yeah, like
I'd be
it's,
doing it at
it's
a negative
obvious because
one,
you're
so-
face down and there's like matted
Yeah.
blood.
And Jenny's
And
not.
yeah, and Jenny's not in a position where that same thing is happening. If she's wounded, it's not obvious.
Okay.
Is she looking around and conscious?
Jenny is currently still unconscious.
Okay, but I just can't tell the state her other than that.
Mhm.
All right, so basically, Jenny, Tabitha's in the West Wing. Jenny's in the East Wing. We need to split up and go get them. Did I see anybody else on the camera feeds at all?
As you're looking at it, you do notice in the basement, there's a group of people all huddled like in the distance of one of the cameras in a corner. Looks to be maybe 8 or so people, kind of Blair Witching it up.
Okay,
Yeah,
idea.
it's dark. You're getting just silhouettes. Heads are kind of hung.
Are
Shoulders
these all
hunched.
like? Are they in individual rooms, or are they like
It's
all in a?
one large group of them
Oh.
in the basement.
So I'll show you guys that. Say, look, these are the. I don't know what these guys are doing.
Well, there are other people who have probably been taken.
My idea is we go get Jenny and Tabitha and get out, but before that, we should cut the feed. That might draw the people out of the basement to over here to get it set back up. If they realize it's not live anymore.
At this point in time, you hear a very
That
garbled voice coming from the computer. Almost.
It might cause more danger. We might need to get them out first.
It looks like it's time to wake our contestants early, and you have a very sharp shock from something in your front pocket that rouses you from unconsciousness.
And I jump up and look in my front pocket.
It's clearly a taser that's been heavily modified. There's a literal like Wi-Fi antenna sticking out of the side of it, but it looks like it's powered down.
I like throw it down and crush it anyway.
Done.
Yeah, I just
you
start,
see Jenny stir as well, looking confused.
I just start shutting everything down on the computer.
I
Cut
start
off what
closing
they're
things
trying
off.
to take it off.
Mhm.
Like it's not live anymore, which is what they want, right?
What you start to realize is that's not capable from this machine.
Shit. Okay.
This was clearly set up by somebody who knew you were coming here.
It's like a monitoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That being
This
said,
is the CCTV.
you could potentially get in there and try to start shutting cameras down, but
Okay.
that's per camera and definitely would take a while.
Hardcore programming. Script kidding.
You would guess probably like 10 to 15 minutes, but that also means you would lose access to what's on these cameras.
Yeah.
If only I had some extra radios, maybe radios would work. And
Because we don't have cell signal out here, do we?
Nope.
All right, we just need to go.
All right. So
For those of you watching at home, the bets have now opened. And you see a little window pops up,
Short range weight.
which provides
Radios.
a full list of kind of genericized names based on what you look like.
John Smith.
Kind of like the elderly man, professor looking
I see,
type, those
okay.
kind of things. They've given you a nickname of sorts. And underneath it, you see there's a current result screen for how much money is being bet by how you will die.
Right.
One of which you notice is eaten by zombies.
Zombie has to be some type of trap or
Code word.
Let's just
yeah.
go. And I just start
Christopher, you come with me. We will check the west wing.
I'm going with you. We're going
Two
to
of
the
you?
east. Let's go.
Well, Jenny's in the east, correct?
I thought Jenny was in the west.
no.
Jenny's in the east, Tabby's
Tabitha's
in
in
the
the
west.
Okay, so we're going east. You guys are going west. So we're
Great.
going after Jessica.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
just-
sorry, Jenny from the block.
This.
All right, and then
Remember,
Jenny.
do not shoot to kill unless you have to.
Boot to the head and another for Jenny.
and I just book it. I'm a runner, and I have a speed of 10. I'm just going to sprint.
Okay.
Towards
We all
the
have
door.
a speed of 10.
Okay, well, if you want me to do a roll to see if I go extra fast, I will.
Regular speed is fine. Nobody's
Okay.
really chasing you at this point.
So what does Relentless do? I don't remember.
Look it up.
Oh, dude, I need to. Can I have the Chronicles of Darkness book? Because if someone's chasing me, good fucking luck. That's what Relentless is.
So
Make
you're our
distance.
zombie kiter. Is that what you're saying? We're gonna train.
Nobody's saying there's zombies right now.
Eh, we
No,
don't,
this is out
we
of
don't
character.
use the Z word.
Is that a character?
The Z word.
So I'm up, and I want to search the room.
You
Okay.
Just throw a grenade. Get some problems.
You look around, and there are very obviously three of these, what I will double weapon lockers. They have, with a cardboard backing, have written, choose wisely. There is a button placed on each of them. It's like the large red easy buttons.
From Staples.
Yeah, from Staples. In fact, one of them is a large red easy button from Staples.
That was easy.
Each of them look to be pretty heavily locked. Like there are some pretty serious bolts on them. In one of them, there's a baseball bat. In another of them, there is a handgun. And in the third of them, there is a fire axe.
All right. I pop the button next to the baseball bat.
Okay, that swings open, and you hear this kind of flash and burning sound as something white and sizzling hot drenches down the other items.
Relentless is your character will not stop running, whether away from a pursuer or toward prey. In any chase, your opponents must achieve 2 additional successes against yours to catch her or elude her.
Nice. Yeah, you're not being caught.
Okay.
I'm currently chasing Tabitha.
All right.
So I grab the baseball
No, it
bat.
doesn't.
Check the door.
Just saying, like, if something starts chasing me,
Okay.
I'm in the
Let
book.
me pull up my map. All right. Pop open the door on second floor. You see to your left, there are 2 doors. Across from you is another door. To your right, it seems to be another set of 2 doors on either side. Then at the end, there is a door, which currently looks like it has been barricaded almost in like that Hollywood cartoonish way of we put 3 boards across it and hit it with nails. It's barricaded.
That ought to do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It's the
So I
Rainbow
start
Six.
checking the rooms.
Okay, you'll spend some time investigating. We will pop back. So, the lot of you pop in on first floor, enter into the lobby, which is currently open. You can see on first floor map for ease of use.
Yeah.
And walk into that, I assume, central area. You've got the choice of left, right, or straight ahead to patient belongings. You can see the area for patient belongings has actually been decorated. It seems to be some sort of like celebratory room. There's what appear to be like confetti poppers ready, streamers hung up, and the classic text, letter by letter, hung up of congratulations. Inside the room, lights are currently off, but from what you've seen of the map, it's sizable.
This is in the admin
Officer,
room?
what all did you bring with you? By the way?
I brought my.
The decorations are in front of the patient.
I brought the
belongings
bolt
room, which is
cutters.
directly in
Okay.
front of us.
I'm wearing my vest and
Put that on.
the
You got your sidearm.
got the sidearm in the holster and then the submachine gun
Okay.
shouldered.
So you're going in prepped and ready. All right. So your choices are east, west, or straight.
Sorry, do you mind?
Oh, yeah, good point. East, west. Oh, I have another map. Oh, I have also
there's-
another map.
Those are different
There's
floors.
those
different
are
floors.
different.
So can I see floor 1? I want to head up to floor 2 on the
Oh,
east,
this is why.
on the west wing, basically.
Okay. So you make your way
So-
over towards the gate
Yeah.
between the solarium and the day room.
Mm-hmm.
And it's your standard kind of like wrought iron gate that's designed almost prison style, designed to be moved, keys that necessary to pop it open. When you give it a push, keys needed. In fact, on the other side, you can see a bit of cardboard that looks like it's been literally like strung up to the bars.
Bit of cardboard up to the bars.
Mm-hmm. It looks like somebody might have something written or held on the other side.
Can I grab it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab it and pull it down and read it.
Got it. Kind of bend and pull it through the gates. It simply says, "You're looking for the gold key."
For fuck's sake!
There's a door to your east and west, or I guess north and south. West solarium in the day room. Both of those seem to have locks as well, but those are regular wooden doors.
So you could
Theoretically, get through. Yeah.
you gotta look for a gold key, officer.
And it might be that since that sign was on the other side of the door, that he is on the other side of the door.
Exactly, yeah. Is that to the elevator or the stairs?
Probably to the gate in front of you, you would imagine. But it could be anything. Context clues would say the little line you see
Or the
between...
stairs, right?
they're to the west of where you are. So where you see the west solarium in the day room,
Yeah, I know, right?
there's
yeah.
a little line between those two, which is a little gate.
Yeah, but the stairs should be beyond it.
Yep. And you cannot get beyond at this point.
Okay. I will try both the doors to the west solarium and the day room. Are either of them open?
Both locked.
Do they have a window?
Yeah, but it's that kind of like mesh grate.
Okay.
So that door is seemingly locked.
Shit's locked to the game.
So there seems to be 2 rooms right before the patient belongings.
So, give me an investigate, and we'll go with wits, since you are trying to move fairly quickly with this.
1 success.
Okay. You sweep through some of the rooms, and you find a roll of sterile gauze bought from Walmart. Very clearly still in the packaging and everything. Left out, like, on a table.
Alright, I pick it up. Stick it in my pocket. Can I do a roll to try to remember what happened to me?
Sure. Give me a, let's say, resolve and composure.
It's 1 success.
Okay. You do your best to try to like think back on it. You remember being on the street, walking, and then waking up here.
I was just trying to roll to see if I knew how to best open this door without a lock, without a key.
Okay.
So is there, for me,
Mhm.
since I've searched all the rooms, is there like a way out besides the door that's hastily barricaded?
Nope.
Alright, I try to remove the barricade.
Spend some time with that. You can give me strength and crafts. Wow.
I just rolled like a what is it, a wits?
Mm-hmm. Just raw wits for an idea. Wits and composure is a good one to do.
That's what I did, yeah. And I got 1 success to see if I could figure out how to open the locked door.
Probably
the
would be
best way?
easier to make your way through the wooden ones. If anybody knows
That's
how
what
to
I
pick
meant,
locks,
like the wooden door.
yeah. Otherwise, you remember some of like the movie classics of you want to kind of kick at where the lock makes contact with the door.
Yeah.
That's about it. It's very clear to you whoever set this up wants this to be a game for your 2 friends, and they hadn't necessarily fully planned on your arrival.
Yeah.
Your guess, by the fact that when they set up the little betting, they had kind of guesses at who you were, as opposed to an actual major associated with the other 2 people who had been taken.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 2 successes.
Okay, yeah, you'll be able to pry those off pretty quickly. Bad is leverage from time to time, but it takes a bit of
Pirates
time.
would've been good.
So it'll buy these guys some time to act first.
Damien, how do we get this door open?
Kick sometimes works.
Go for
Shoulder.
Go.
Going for the day room or the solarium?
Pick one.
They're both. They'll get you to the same location according to the map.
So which one's the wooden one?
Both.
Both.
So
Fighter of the night room.
strength.
Yeah, strength and athletics. I'd even allow a brawl because this is a kick.
I see.
That would make sense to me.
Well, if it goes really top up for you, I can try.
That's no successes.
Okay. Reminder, you can also help people out by making the same roll and then adding your successes to the number of dice they roll,
Alright.
if I remember right.
It's the girl's turn. Athletics. Brawl, you said in strength?
Brawl and strength.
9, 2, 3.
So 1 success?
3 successes.
3 successes. So Cop gives it a good hit, and you're like, he's not hitting the right spot. And you just do the step up hit, and it just buckles in half on that one location, door swinging inward, and that bit of it just spiraling into the day room.
How do we hit my pride? My vice.
Just take a hit to willpower? I mean, that is your vice. Like mark a point of willpower.
Impressed.
Yeah.
No, not mustache cop. Not that.
Yeah, literally spend a point of willpower on that one. Like you're like, I didn't even, and she in one.
I think I try to play it off. I internalize it like good. Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
But it's
Priorities. But my pride.
inside. It's like it's just like playing, going to gym.
I will walk in and look for a gold goddamn key, or what do I see when I walk in the day room? How about
Walk into the day room. It's got a collection of books off to the side. They look kind of old and musty.
Sure.
Part of them look like they've been messed with recently, though.
Okay.
In fact, there's a couple on some of the tables. Outside of that, there is a door to the right,
Okay.
a little further in, that will get you to the other side of that gated door.
Yep, that's where I will take a glance at the books on the table, on the books that have been messed up. What are they about? Jim?
You give them a quick look over. It doesn't take a genius to put it together, but those are all books that are not necessarily written by, but works of Shakespeare.
Shakespeare, what the fuck? And I'll head to the door that goes beyond the gate.
Okay.
Basically.
You can see it's locked, but you can see the lock on this side twisted, so you can easily just
Yeah, I will unlock it instead of kicking the door down.
click
That's where the mind
on the
overcomes
other
matter.
side.
Good. Press on.
All right, make your way out into the hallway.
Weirdly,
We'll do a quick little cut back.
Right.
So you
I have to
managed to
repeat things I
pull
hear.
the barricades off, get the
What it's
door to
supposed to
actually
be.
swing open with a little bit of effort, and you find yourself in kind of a almost. It's laid out almost like a cross. You're coming from one of the short ends. To your right is a long end, which, according to some of the walls, effective as say like treatment, ICU, prep room, OR. Across the way from you is another treatment block, and to your left, you're looking at administration being listed.
Alright, I go into administration.
Okay, make your way over there. Able to try the doors. They jitter. Stop. Locked.
Okay. So I have larceny,
Okay.
Woo!
so I could unlock this. But would it be easier for me to kick it down?
You don't have tools on you at the moment.
How do you know? Because I do have resources.
Yes, but
Resources about
And
acquiring,
I did
though.
and I did run away from the cops.
and you also got dumped here.
That's true.
You've been unconscious
yeah.
for at least an hour.
My
I checked to see if I have my tools.
You check. No.
Okay.
They've even taken your wallet from you. Like, the only thing you have on you from before was clothing.
Okay. So I go about trying to kick down the door.
Okay. So start working on that.
So-
We'll have a roll. You'll go athletics and strength or brawl and strength. I think I'll lean more into the brawl on that one.
Okay, that's worse.
Fight the door. And we'll do a quick cut back to the four of you. If I could get wits and composure from everyone. Check for you.
My best roll.
We're in separate parts of the building.
Yeah.
So is this just...
Damien and I are together.
Okay, so just Damien and... yeah.
I got 3 successes.
The two of us are going
Nice,
that way.
yeah. Good
I got
solid
one
hit.
success.
Knock it in. And you had four? Okay.
I don't-
You
I
hear
get 6.
a sound coming from the stairwell. The door is off its hinges. With a 4, you can definitely pick out movement of feet, kind of a walk, maybe a shuffle, dragged feet at times, coming from the stairwell.
Coming from the stairwell,
Mm-hmm.
which is where we're trying to go.
Yeah, dead ahead of you. What you're hearing?
Do zombie
Where
movies
did you
exist
up
in
to?
our society?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Right.
I just didn't know what type of like, if we're like Walking
modern
Dead, where
day.
that,
Yeah,
that,
where-
you know, that doesn't exist.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Um,
So
It's running dead.
what's the professor and
Chris.
Chris? Yeah.
Not much. You gotta leave in 3 minutes.
yeah. I mean, like I've got some leeway. Don't worry
Oh,
about
I
it.
didn't
Okay,
know
cool.
if you had to leave right away.
Yeah, no, it's just like I'd like to.
Can I see the first floor?
Yeah, sure.
picture?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on our kid because she's been outside a long time. Like, there's rescue
So we are heading...
If you want to go east, you've got east as an option. You can go
Well-
north.
Jenny was east.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're heading east.
You've got again a similar gate dead ahead of you, a right to the dining hall, and then a left to the East Solarium.
Is the gate closed in a similar fashion like theirs was?
Mm-hmm. And you even see a bit of cardboard on the other side,
Side.
attached with like twine or string.
Given that
what type of key is it? Still gold key? To
You
that?
pull it, it says silver.
Well, that's not
it's supposed to go around, I imagine this one of these rivers connected to the other side.
indeed.
I'll turn to the right. I'll direct. We'll try to bust down the dining hall door.
Okay.
Sure.
So who's in lead and who's helping?
Not me.
I was like, well, I don't know. I was like, correct me if I'm wrong. You seem to be way more driven,
Yes.
right, than Chris is at the moment. So
So I'll just okay. Yeah.
You'll lead and then you'll assist.
yeah, I'll be there, right? So
Well, I mean, if you're not
yeah,
doing
oh,
anything,
I
you're
am-
not prepping help.
Oh,
if
I
you
see.
Are helping,
Oh, yes,
you'll make
helping-
the roll first, and then your successes become the number of extra dice.
okay, and
Okay,
so this
no
is
more.
a strength athletics or
I believe
something.
that's what it is. To check. Kicking down a door, yeah. Strength athletics or strength brawl.
Sure.
I'm leaning towards brawl on that one. Do the kicky.
Nothing.
Okay,
Five.
you
Ouch.
don't manage to help. You're still very reluctant. This
Yeah,
is
look,
weird, man.
Yeah, like I'm not giving it my all, I suppose. Yeah.
So
You just want to see him in action.
strength athletics or strength brawl? Because I'm unskilled in brawl, but I have 1 dot in athletics.
Can be both. I definitely will give preferential treatment to brawls rolled. But
I can't do brawl because that'll suck. Because then I would have 2 dice.
go with athletics.
Strength 2, athletics 1.
Actually, you would have 1 dice because you have to take a penalty if you're unskilled.
I think
yeah,
that
penalty
fair.
is -1
So it would be
for
3.
physical.
Yes.
For mental,
Would
it's
drop
minus
down.
3. For physical,
Mental it's -3.
Yeah, but I thought you said you only had a strength of 2.
I have a strength of 2 plus my 1 dot in athletics.
But he doesn't have anything in brawl, so you're saying if he tried brawl, it would really blow.
Yeah, because you'd only roll 1
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah, well, it would suck either way. So
Wires crossed.
1 success.
Okay. It's enough. Give it a good kick. Busts out a little bit and then slowly creaks open. Dining hall looks like your standard, like almost high school cafeteria with the way the tables are designed to be folded up. The chairs are made out of plastic. No real metal bits associated with it. Everything seems to be kind of like safe and sanitized to a degree.
I'll open up and I will take a sweep of the room and immediately look to the left to see if there is a connecting door.
Yep. In your sweep, you also notice that there is one of those like little food buffet areas where a lunch lady or somebody would dish those
slop
out.
out.
And there's just this rank odor coming from it.
I will immediately move towards the other door because I don't have time to explore.
Right, exactly.
Nasty
Following.
smell.
Follow in.
I will. So it's from this side, I imagine.
Yeah,
I
you can
unlock-
see it's locked. Able to
I'll
click right
unlock
over.
and then open that door into the hallway, the eastern hallway.
Okay. Make your way into that east hallway at that same moment. 2 of you then give me wits and composure.
3.
And that's basically your
Kind of
perception.
alertness.
It's like notice.
4.
2, 3.
Could use for dang. Yet again, you get the sound of. You hear nothing. Even got a 1 on that. You hear the sound of what sounds like footsteps going upstairs. There's a little bit of like almost shuffling to it.
Like I assume the doc. Do you just keep moving?
I'm just
because you-
moving.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't
That's
hear
like,
it, yeah.
like quickly, like tapping his shoulder and be like, whoa, 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 like,
Do they shuffle
Here.
every day?
do you hear
Every
that?
day.
There's some movement nearby. Someone's near here. It could be Jenny. I have no idea. But
Do we know where it was coming from, roughly?
the
Stairs? Bottom of the stairs.
The stairs to our right.
Yeah, the
According
ones
to
that'd
the
be like
map,
right in
this
front.
right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
coming
it seems like
downstairs, did it sound like?
Coming from down up.
Okay, coming up.
Coming
the-
from
yeah,
the
Close.
basement.
Got it,
Seems
got it,
like
got it.
yeah.
Are we on the second floor? We're on the
First
main
floor.
Oh, okay. So this is
Coming
from
to the basement.
They're
okay.
coming close.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's those people that were trapped in the basement.
At this point, the 2 groups both see the same thing. A kind of mishmash of people who seem like they've been plucked from their daily life. Faces in various states of damage and decay.
Makeup.
All of them seem to be whole. You're not looking at anybody who's been like amputated in any way, shape, or form. But they don't look great. The skin's gone kind of a pallid color. And they all seem to at first kind of be slowly meandering and shuffling around. But the moment they kind of pop up onto the landing, you've got that moment of, what do we do?
Gotcha. What how quick are they moving? Are they shambling?
They seem to be shambling.
They're shamble
Yeah,
zombies.
Shamblers.
Were they zombies, you'd be like, oh, they're like the classic Romero zombies
Yeah.
seen in Night of the Living Dead. The original black and white are much better than the...
I have a pun of +2 to disarm, so
Disarm.
disarm.
the right to bear arms. As the werebear.
Attach your barrels.
I will immediately fucking book it up the stairs.
And
Invoking Relentless, just like...
Okay, to try to just zip past him.
Yeah,
Leave
man.
the officer behind.
I imagine he's smart enough to
summarily
follow me,
eaten.
or...
We'll see what he does. So you, in that moment, notice she's booking it for the stairs. They're, like, you're seeing them coming up the stairs. You gotta be real quick to make that window.
Can I make a roll to immobilize them somehow? Like,
I mean, with firearms, otherwise you were approaching and then trying to get into melee combat with them.
or is there like a not like a fire
How many?
extinguisher, but like something to
4.
like
For each of you, 4.
So, given the camera feed, we're aware that Jenny and Tabitha are like in the basement.
No,
Is that a safe assumption?
I surmised that they were on the second floor, is what I told you guys.
You would assume first or second floor. Basement has very much so that, like, cold gray
Sure.
feel to
Okay,
it.
so that's not what we saw. All right.
Yeah.
I
You
was
saw the
assuming that was
weird
second.
group of people Blair Witching it in the corner in the basement.
Which is what we're facing now.
Well, we'll. Okay, so we see these people.
Do they, given just pop culture stuff, do they look like zombies?
Like, to a T, yeah.
Oh, I'm like, okay, then yeah. at
You've
this
got
point,
the classic, like, oh, it's grayed out. Oh, there's the, like, flesh missing from around the face. There's the fresh blood oozing out of one of them when it snaps its jaws.
that has to be like an automaton or like some actor. And I'm like, I'd like shout at them like, all right, cut it out. This isn't cool anymore.
Come on,
Okay.
this way.
So you shout that out. Where are you pulling him?
I'm pulling him down the hallway further
up north?
because since I've seen this map, I'm heading towards the other staircase.
Back up staircase.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start pulling him, and you notice, oh no, this is more like the 24 days later. 28 days later. The moment you start moving, there's this like snap
hear.
of the jaws, and they are very limber and fast. And I think that's a good point to close for the day.
All right.
Hey, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
throw a fire
Gonna
extinguisher.
die.
That's assuming one is still around.
Yes,
But
that's
Awesome.
what I was going to
your
ask.
car would have one.
That was
Yeah.
very fun, Stephen. Thank you. That was very cool. I like this. Very like the setup.
Step 1.
I do
Get
like
into
that.
it.
I
Yeah,
do.
yeah, getting into it.
One of the merits is police tactics, and it's +2 to disarm and
Oh,
to
nice.
immobilize. And that's
Oh,
like
wait.
I'd imagine that's from like Brawl.
Would you like us to? Are we holding on to these books? Are you taking them back? Or
I've
it doesn't matter
got
to
a
me.
spare of this one, so
Okay.
that's one if you want to continue looking into it and
Sure.
try and get a better feel for magic, go for it.
Keep a hold of that.
Thank you.
My character's made, so until I become a changeling, I don't know what else I need to do with that.
Fair.
what are we going to try to do this?
We'll have to set things up, figure out who's available when. The current plan is to do it on like a monthly-ish basis.
Yeah.
Um,
if
at-
that's the case, I'm more available for a weekend type thing. But
Yeah, the idea is to try to plan ahead like that. At most, I think I could do it every other weekend, but
no, it's-
monthly sounds pretty good to me.
We're pretty full up.
Yeah.
All of us are.
For the next month, I won't have to work Saturday because it's no overtime
I'm sorry.
for me yet. But I will be. I'm working evenings for the
Yeah.
next month.
D&D campaign I've been a part of for
Can I grab like quick feedback from everybody before I close things down? Any other questions, comments,
2
suggestions?
days ago.
Somehow I don't feel like I'm
So,
going to
okay,
get killed by
yeah, I gotta
Nazis.
print out
but
They're
Nazi
Depends on what you
zombies.
do.
Nazi
They could be,
zombies.
they're pop culture.
Yeah, I was really happy about it. So it was really
There's
cool.
one running
Also,
around with a
like,
full like
there's
SS
this
uniform and
person who's,
like
really cool
bloody
artist
ass.
from like Earth
One's a
Day,
cow.
and, like,
Yeah,
I think I
'cause
put,
why
like,
not?
I put like some 200.
No, I had fun.
That.
Nice.
Which
Yeah, I
I
had
was like,
fun.
I wanted that like in the US.
Some good ways to get everyone involved.
Boxes.
right. Yeah. And I mean, if you do want to be a more long-term character, let me know. Otherwise, I'm happy to keep providing you with like a rolling cadre of potentially
What off
NPCs.
characters?
Yeah.
NPCs all the time.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like it,
Although we need Damien to show back up and continue this.
oh, from time to time, definitely.
Because I'm
as long
full
as
of
he doesn't
looking
get
at
killed.
Tabitha.
Dude, I like
Yeah.
the I do like you know, Mr. Dit's cop.
I'd like to have the high ground when I'm dealing with these zombies.
So you can
Preferably
push them
through
down
a
the
closed
stairs.
door.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to mobilize them. Dude, like
Yeah.
throw a fire extinguisher down the stairs.
Yeah, man.
Because I mean, if you're okay with like rotating cast, then I will happily dip into like some of the books. Like you might be able to play vampires some weeks and that kind of stuff.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
That does kind of sound.
Yeah, rolling.
Cool.
Yeah, the rolling and the guest star, right?
Yeah.
Rolling guest star, which is
He
really
doesn't
It's-
have food anymore.
It's the guest star where the character is played by the same actor,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
everybody treats it like it's a new person.
Yes. Now his mustache is shaved.
Yeah, you shave your mustache this week, you grow
No,
your hair
it's a
out.
Caesar Romero thing where you paint over your mustache.
Oh.
You refuse to shave it.
It's now black, but the rest of your hair is still blonde.
Okay, I like this idea. I think we're gonna have to. As long as you're okay with it.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Sounds amazing.
Awesome. Feel free. Like after we get out of this one and we get into one of them that will bring us to the next character for you. Actually, depending on how quickly we wrap this up, that might be happening. I'll give you like a possibility of a
options.
character, and then you can help me flesh things out a little bit.
Is this little part right here going to result in one of us being changed?
It was also
or...
for a
That's
unit.
Into a zombie.
Huh?
Into a zombie.
That
None
is
of us are
Night,
zombies.
so
yeah.
Zomboy.
I
so
mean, that, yeah, on
City
your
of
sheets.
Mess, I won't be able to attend City of Mess.
It's the good old bait and switch where you still have no idea who's turning this time.
Sure,
who's
yeah.
going through their transformation.
Well, I don't see any Fae here to take me into the hedge.
So you're clearly fine. It's not going to be
Obviously,
Faye at all.
so fine. Everything's fine while I'm relentlessly running from zombies for my fucking life.
What's the worst that could... Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm gonna get up to the second floor and just go, Tabatha, like at the top of my goddamn lungs. I hope you're prepared for that.
It's gonna
Kick
be
down
And
another
then
door.
the vectors come.
Oh, God.
Kick down another door. Hopefully Damien will be right behind me. And we'll
Fingers
get behind
crossed.
the door.
Officer
Officer Damien.
Haskell.
Officer. Yeah, I've called you officer so far, so
They're already on a first-name basis with you. Congratulations.
it's been more of a
That means you'll definitely die.
Yeah, you clearly can't
Oh,
die
no.
now. Your name has been said. That's how horror movies work, right? It's
yeah. Uh-huh.
it's
Are you a
the
babysitter?
minorities
Are
or
you
the
a virgin?
law enforcement who die first,
Yeah,
depending
black.
on the type of
Wearing
movie.
heels.
Nope, Converse. I'm safe.
There you go.
Well, that depends on if you're the final girl.
Obviously. I'm fine
Final
with that.
death.
I don't know. The sporty one, like
Yeah, man, come on.
she dies just before the virginal one. So.
Shit. Well, okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
you-
Second to
think-
last isn't bad.
You think you outrun them, and then you break your leg, and then you start
Oh,
hobbling
no.
for half the movie.
It's always the broken leg.
My character is not striking or attractive enough to.
To be the final girl, so you're dead.
That's damn it. You're right. Shit. What she gets for being so.
You got to do the
Suburban
classic
white
of through all the running and whatnot she's done, and loss of clothing and
She's
loss of
suddenly half
glasses.
naked.
It's suddenly like, oh,
Now
she's
she's the
gorgeous.
attractive. She's
Wait,
been hiding
yeah,
it.
Yeah, they get just buttons are gone from.
Strategic buttons.
And I summarily off myself out of sheer spite and vindictiveness for this whole franchise.
Yep. Don't blame you.
Alright. This is fun. It was good seeing you guys.
Yeah.
Birthday.
See, thank you.
Happy
So
birthday,
everybody,
man.
see everybody tomorrow, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And tomorrow is.
Watching Jason play Until Dead,
Yes.
Until Dawn, and trying
Until
to,
Dead.
I mean, that's basically what it's going to be.
That's the plot of
and
it.
us telling him like what to do, voting on what path to take.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a good time.
I'm very curious to see how good you are at the whole eye-hand coordination balance thing, because some of those controls get a little BS at points.
Kind of wonky.
Yeah.
That much I remember from
Nick,
the bit.
isn't this
the
yours?
little bit
So,
I-
yeah,
Yeah.
anytime
The
where
whole thing's still?
the whole
Yeah.
still controller thing. I was just like, oh,
Yeah,
God,
I hate
please.
They also changed it a bit, so you can't just put it down. It's specifically like you have to slowly
yours.
move it and keep it into a location. It's no longer just keep things stable.
Well, we'll see what happens. Jason's
Lance,
very
you
calm
won't take me
person.
home, so Steven doesn't have to.
I guess I can.
Well, it's up to you.
Yeah, choice is yours. I will take Robert home if you want to get some sleep. If
Well-
you're heading that way, it's convenient for me, but again, you're tired. I will happily
Yeah.
do that.
It's not like I'm heading that way, but I can. It doesn't matter me.